understand that this is what you made me, and you're not ever gonna change me. You have made me, you can't change me. You don't know me, this is who I am. You have made me, you can't change me. You don't know me, this is who I am. This is who I am, not a shadow of who I want to be. Try to understand that this is what you made me, and you're not ever gonna change me. You have made me, you can't change me. You don't know me, this is who I am. You have made me, you can't change me. You don't know me, this is who I am. You have made me,
Hello. Hello. Hello, chat. It's I am I'm a little low energy today, chat. Hello, everybody. I am running on fumes. My voice is shot, and I am sick, and it's exam season. I am very tired, but I did think I'd go live with this just because, like, I saw the video and it annoyed the shit out of me. I know the live stream exists. I wish Stale would stop deleting his live streams. It'd be nice to have his unfiltered thoughts and how he writes his videos. And we'll talk about Stale a little bit. But hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Oplock, your one-stop shop for commentary slop. I'm your host, Falgy EXE, coming to you live from Oplock Studios. Yes, it is I. Oh, God, I am, like, fucking... My voice is shot. I don't know how I'm gonna, like, do the whole stream. This stream is weird. Apparently, if I don't die by Friday, this may or may not be a research stream. I have been asked by a third party if I wanted to debate Stale. I have tentatively said yes if I'm free by Friday. The problem is I don't love debates. Not to say that I'm not good at them. It's just I don't feel, because I've seen parts of this video. I saw parts of the stream when Beckett was covering it a little bit. I don't feel like there's going to be a lot of wiggle room between us. But a third party reached out. I won't name that third party's name, but the third party reached out. It was like, hey, would you want to debate Stale? And I said, sure. Let it be known that for me personally, I think debating him, because this video is ultimately about Chud and Nick in a weird way, and who am I to say that I'm the person to debate him on it, quote unquote. A lot of the stuff I do personally is interview stuff, so I don't know if, I don't know, man, I don't know if it'd be a real debate, because you guys gotta remember, I'm different. I find debates to be not boring. I find debates to be weird, because I don't how do I fundamentally tell someone, hey, I think your idea of mass reporting channels is fucking insane. You are harder, better, faster, stronger. I mean, I'm less spurgy. Yeah, it's like Layla said, it's just tedious, because now I kind of just have to look at the video a little bit differently. I do have to look at the video a little bit differently. I have to analyze it. I have to spend some time with it now. Instead of just do the whatever the fuck I do, which is just kind of discuss it.
Falchi, stop acting like a Reddit mod and be the mod.
Insane. Chud stated he resembles a predator. Yeah, well, yeah, I mean, Stale needs to shave the head, man. Unironically, Stale needs to shave the head. He'd look less like a pedophile if he didn't. If he did. And this is not me by the way, this is not me hating him. This is me just being the comb over doesn't work. How is he connected to Nick? We'll talk about it. So we'll talk about the connection to Chud, because I do think it's really interesting, because it comes, I feel like Stale made this video in particular because he was mad at a bunch of different people, specifically Beckett. Which is kind of funny because Beckett isn't here for this. Now, I've talked to Beckett about this. Let me be real. Hey, Lazy, what's up? I've talked to Beckett about this because Beckett and I kind of had like the same opinion that it's pretty fucked. I don't like. I find the idea of promoting mass reporting to be kind of pretty fucking egregious. And from what I could tell, Stale's rationale for it is fucking stupid at best. The Reddit mod strikes again. Lazy, he's now claiming to be part of Anonymous. Oh, excuse me. He was once, at one time, a part of Anonymous, which is kind of interesting. Also, I would be remiss to if I did not, we'll get there. That's why I wish I had the live stream. Hold up. I want to ask. I'm going to ask the person, do you think he could just give me a link to his live stream scripting just so I can get his points without how do I say this? Do you think you could give me the link to his live stream scripting just so I can get his points without losing in translation? I messaged the person who wants to set up this debate, and I was like, hey man, can you just unfiltered opinions? Yeah, I kind of want to get his I would like his if I can get the live stream. There is a reason why I want the live stream, because okay, yes, it's funny. Stale is hilarious when he scripts. It's really, really funny. But more importantly, I feel like if I don't do that, I misunderstand things, and I really don't want to do that. Also, I would be remiss to say, because I see Lagos in the chat. Lago put out a new video, so everyone go fucking watch it. It's kind of funny. It popped in my recommended, and at first I didn't recognize it, and I was like, oh shit, it's Lago. So go watch Lago's video. I see Lazy Bedhead's in the chat. She's evil. Death to Lazy Bedhead, 100%. I am tired of all the Lazy Bedheadness. I had to stare at Lazy turn into a wolf, and it scared me. It truly it scared the living shit out of me, and I can't believe she did that. It is truly, truly crazy. Fun fact, Lago is how I found you guys. Dansburg said, yeah, I mean, that's, and then Kristen Ark is how, like, technically Lago and I got more in contact over this time. Like, Lago's been here for like over a year now. Like, it's been interesting. Yeah, Lazy is Vival. I can't believe I had to stare at her become wolf. If you haven't watched Lazy Bedhead's video on, oh boy, just the state of whatever the fuck is going on, whatever the fuck is going on with those micro shows, and I've known about them for so long, it's a really good time. It's a really fucking good time. You were into it? You're a freak like that? Nah, I'm not into my... No. No. It's a really good video. I love it. What the hell did I do? Lazy, you did a lot. No, I it's a good time. I really like Lazy's videos when Lazy kind of gets to just be her like silly self. It's a lot of fun for me. I love seeing for me I was talking to somebody about this. Who was it? Was it Beckett? I was talking to somebody. Maybe it was Beckett, maybe it was somebody else. I think the one part of commentary I've enjoyed recently. Sorry, Jen, I am dying. I might need to grab water in a little bit. The one part I enjoyed about commentary is meeting people who make videos that just allow me, like, that aren't my niche. Like they aren't the thing I could react to, but they are somebody's video that I enjoy. That always makes it, I really like that. It's super cool. Those make me Those make me really happy. So obviously, Lazy is a horror icon, so you should go watch Lazy Bedhead's video. I am like stalling a little bit because if I do get the live stream, that would kind of be Kino. Stale, if you're watching this, while I may vehemently disagree with your points and may or may not say a slur or two, probably not. If I could get that live stream, just because I also want to know what went into your scripting of the video, that does actually matter to me. Because, and I will say this, listen, I try to be as generous as possible, even though I do think that this is a, I don't know, man. I do think that this is pretty shitty to make a video on. I'll openly say it. Off rip, I think this is a bad ecosystem video. It's a really bad ecosystem video to discuss the importance and why we should mass report. I think that that's really dumb. And I think it's dumb for a lot of different reasons. I think mainly for me, like before going out, I think it shows a lot of weakness in your ability to refute claims. And I mean, you could, oh God, I really need water. Holy shit, chat. One of the big things is, and I'll kind of get into it because it happened live. So we'll kind of backtrack a little bit. So let me go to the main title screen and we'll kind of backtrack. Camera watch. So let's kind of go back to 2 days ago. So for those who don't know, did you ever think Stale was a troll? No. Stale? Okay. Let's talk about Stale a little bit because I will be watching some of his older content as well. Just to kind of get a better feel for Stale. God, I'm like actually losing it today. I have a sore throat. I probably should be, I have a lozenge. Chat, do you mind if I put this lozenge in my mouth? I don't care if you mind. I need the lozenge. But yeah, so I don't think Stale is a troll. I kind of think Stale is a little sad, but not in the way that most people think. From what I understand, I think Beckett knew people who knew Stale at some capacity, and Stale is like always been like this. I can't tell if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but let's start. So if you were around for our Chud Nicholas Diorio coverage, Beckett was here for that, and we kind of got into this. And at the end of the stream, at the exact end of the stream, we found out that Chud's video had gotten reported for a community guidelines violation for bullying and harassment. Now, I want to be very clear. Nothing of what was in Chud's stream should have fallen under that. I know it's now been settled and we'll get there, but nothing under Chud's stream should have been flagged. Now, we don't know if it was a mass report or if it was the AI bot. However, I argue that it's a report because of where it falls in the timeline. Now, as someone who's gotten his videos struck before, and I've had my videos struck for community guideline strike stuff before, specifically for what was the big one? I got two like community guideline warnings that like I was able to overturn. Oh, the major one was the DJ Academics video. If you guys don't remember, during the Destiny drama, there was DJ Academics also had drama where, KP's different. DJ Academics had drama where he and friends of his were being overtly sexual to a 15-year-old, talking about fucking him and all this like literally disgusting shit. And myself and other commentators covered it. We had watched FD Signifier's video on it. I know Omni, the YouTuber Omni, covered it. Like a bunch of people covered it, and we all got struck. And like I remember adding Team YouTube. I remember like a bunch of us did, because like I argued that specifically was for journalistic integrity, because the idea is this is a concept where someone is doing something so heinous that you do need to report on it, and like muting it or like doing the beeping it out thing takes so much out of it, and literally like takes so much away from the impact that was that stream. Oh my God, this lozenge is helping me so much. So all that to be said, I recognize how this works. And with that stream in particular, it did flag parts of it, but it flagged real early on. And we'll see what happens from there. And I've had other videos flagged to no effect, but that's neither here nor there. The only one that's ever been effective is the second Turkey Tom stream. I blame Axis for this because the BLM song got that fucking stream nuked super hard, and I had to just fucking take it on the chin. The BLM song will never be played again on this channel. So, but let's start. So we found out when we were streaming about Chud and Nick, which if you haven't watched that coverage, go watch that coverage. Ultimately, the TLDR of that coverage is, yes, I personally think Nick was a little bit more slighted than Chud. However, I don't like the standard that Chud was given regarding whatever happened that New Year's stream and people stepping away from Chud. I don't like that. I said continually, my criticisms of Chud were not releasing all the DMs, because all the DMs in their totality do kind of make Chud look a little bit, I don't think two-faced is the word, but a little bit disingenuous, because they both knew that the relationship was over and none of them wanted to pull the Band-Aid. But again, I identified with Chud's feeling of being ostracized from a community that he was a part of. And that was like a big thing for me, that like wherever you fall in the drama, if you're fence sitting, kind of like me, I guess, or you try to be as fair as possible. I don't think I'm fence sitting because I do like pick something. I try to be as fair as possible. Regardless of anything though, Chud's video gets gets taken down. And I do think that that's pretty fucked. I never thought that was the right thing to do, and things like that. So obviously, Chud's stream gets taken down for TOS guidelines. Beckett talks about it. Now you may be asking, why am I highlighting Beckett? Well, where is it? Where is he? So Stale responds saying, oh right, have you considered like not doing a really aggressive title like that? That feels really F around and find out. At the time of the report, it is unknown what has gotten the video taken down. And Stale off rips like, oh, it must be the title. I have had a video titled, and I quote, Tectone. What was the stream called? Tectone and Tectone's League of Extraordinary Rape Apologists. I know what a fucking catchy title is. You can literally do catchy titles like that. We all can. It's not that is not an aggressive title. This is a good theory. It's not a good theory. I'll tell you why it's not a good theory. Because I look at all the crime ones. And then some of the crime ones talk about murder talk about child abduction. And technically, YouTube doesn't like when you like talk about crime stuff. It's why, like, they don't like when you talk about pedophilia in the title. Like, there are specific titles they don't like. It's why, like, think about it this way. Why do you think people in the videos censor those words? Well, if you're Parlo, it's because you have Cinderella docked in at all times. But more importantly, it's because the AI, specifically with the transcripts, flags it. And it does ding it. I've noticed it, like I've argued when like videos go yellow. Hell, my Cinebear video, which has been doing great, all things considered, because it's just a VOD clip. That was yellow initially. And I went through, and shout out to the B who did the editing. I went through it and I was like, no, this is within reason, because YouTube changed how cursing works in the algorithm. Furthermore, the cursing is like knocked out. I can say cunt if I want to on a live stream in a video. I live in the US. But no, so like, I'm like, this doesn't make any sense. So, and this is where it gets a little weird. And this is when I think Stale got a little upset, in my personal opinion. Guys, Chud called Nick a piggy in his title, so obviously YouTube had to remove it. Bro, how do you fucking function? But yes. Oh, by the way, I gave up my life and 20 inches of snow for the US to take the gold in fucking hockey, baby. And you want to know what's even better? The winning goal was by a fucking guy from Jersey. Let's go. Oh, I have DMs. Come on. Yes! Thank you, Stale. oh God, Stale. Thank you, buddy. Thank you. I might not watch it tonight. Stale, thank you for doing that for me. Unironically, I actually do appreciate him doing that. Regardless of the mean things I will say about Stale tonight, he did give that to me. So, to the third party person who did that, thank you very much. Yeah, I do want to make sure that I'm getting all of his shit correct. I don't want to come at him sideways and like blindside him with bullshit. It's not how I operate. Wait, did he? No, he didn't green screen his home. No. I don't know if I like the fireplace though. But more importantly, after all of this, even Chud gets a little licks in, going, have you ever considered shaving the last parts of your balding hair so you don't look like a complete pedophile? Now, some people would say, hey, Chud, glass houses, you've been wearing the hat recently. Is the finasteride working anymore? Which, listen, men have male pattern baldness. Shit happens. Is this friendly fire? Maybe. But again, like, that's it. It is like, why are you commenting on the title of a video where the title clearly had nothing to do with it? Nobody fucking cared about the title of the fucking video. Even Nick has titled videos worse. And you want to know how I know that Nick didn't give a fuck? Because listen, I know I'm still fucking blocked. No, that's fine. It's fine. I don't care. Yes. I know I'm still blocked. I know. Where is it? Wait, I know Diorio retweeted it. Wait, he did retweet it. Let's see, unretweeted it, which would actually be very funny. Oh no, he 100% retweeted it. Oh, maybe he unretweeted it. Well, I maybe he unretweeted it. Whatever. He did at one time retweet it. I did see that. But more importantly, I don't know, man. Like, none of us want to see shit mass flagged. There's no reason for it. Also, we all make off-color jokes and edgy jokes. I think it's perfectly fine. I think that, so, like, this is my thing, right? Why is it that we can't, like, why is it that YouTube will smack people for making an off-color joke? And we'll get to Chud's joke, and whether or not you feel that it's okay, that's up to you. But yet you, because I was watching a Danky Jabbo video. I don't always agree with Danky's takes. I find them to be a little bit too fucking both nuclear and wrong at the same time. But like, why can normie commentary, and to be fair, I like Danky Jabbo, to be fair. Why can normie commentary call for like mass deplatforming, but yet you make like a small shekels joke and YouTube like wants you dead? Hey Axis, what's up, buddy? A 40-year-old VTuber defended Nux Taku. Yeah, let's just say I may or may not have asked people to do a deep dive into that person. That may or may not be a stream topic this week, because I may be a little bit annoyed by that fucking person. A shout out to Harmful Opinions. You should watch this video. Now, Chud said, hey, the VOD's back up. The warning's been retracted, yada, yada, blah, blah, blah. And people asked, like, what was the thing? So it appears to be this specific joke. Now, I also want to highlight something. This joke comes in at 5 hours, 30 minutes, and 18 seconds. YouTube does not want you dead for the shekels joke. Have you seen that on? But that's what I'm saying, right? There are like, there was a time where like super duper, right-wing opinions were like good. And now like they've died recently, right? Yeah, we are going to discuss Leaflet. We will discuss her. Because that fucking lolly psychopath needs to be taken down a peg. Fucking pedo bait bullshit. Oh, why don't the parents, do anything? Yeah, you fucking weirdo. So this goes, it's 5 hours in, right? It's a little weird. But let's listen to what the clip is.
To talk about.
Okay, can I raise it? Bro, why is it so low? Jesus Christ, dog.
To talk about. Not sure if Ethan Kite's cock has many shekels left in for Nicholas to suck out. To talk about. Not sure.
So, that's the joke. I don't give a fuck. I've heard worse on this goddamn platform. How do you not? Oh, okay, you know what? How do you not have the extension? No, it was just down here.
Talk about. Not sure if Ethan Kite's cock has many shekels left in for Nicholas to suck out. To talk about.
Okay, listen. What do you mean you couldn't hear shit? Maybe raise your own volume, fucker. Is that like Scary Bad mean the thing? Cock shekels? No. Yeah, that's the joke. That joke, that is what, and that's what I'm saying. Like, it's 5 hours in. It's a specific time. It's a specific time. And, like, the audio was on the stream too. Yeah, I already know. I know. It's just so funny. Diesel made worse jokes on his stream tonight. That's what I'm saying. It's so, like, it's such a, like, a fucking... It's so weird. I love how everyone went. Chud obviously got mass reported, so I'm safe playing him saying it. LOL. Again, YouTube has already overturned this. If YouTube didn't overturn it, I wouldn't be playing it. Like, but you know what I mean? Like, this is like, it's just so cringe. And like, I have my own theories. If this was the AI, like, going through the transcript, I don't know. Maybe. Well, it is what it is, though. Yeah, I've heard worse on these streams. Yeah, I try. Fauci has made worse jokes against the women. Insane! But with all that being said, Stale, in his, would I say hubris, or maybe in retaliation, Stale has made a video saying mass reporting is actually good. Now, here's the thing, chat. I don't like mass reporting. I will be very honest on that one. Do we want to watch his, like, layers of irony video before we begin, though? Because as we left Stale, what we never covered is, and I quote, he then, he started saying all of this was comedy. How many views does this have? So the irony one is 13K, and then unfortunately he's seen a severe drop off. Severe. Like, this one makes sense to be 13K. I actually think it deserves a little bit more. Because, like, this is interesting. Like, this is an interesting video. Do you think that it's normal? Yeah, like, he's now claiming that he's all satire. Do we want to watch this video? One's in the chat if you want to watch this video. Two's in the chat if you just want to go here. Hey, Maddie, what's up, bud?
Kirby air item bounce intensifies.
Yeah. Thank you. Because listen, like, I if you guys do want to hear a little bit more of Stale before we get to the big thing, we will. If you want to get to the small thing, we'll just go to it. Let's see a couple ones in chat. Nugs, you fucking asshole. Oh God, you guys are even. One. No. You know what? Let's play this video.
Am I serious?
Oh God. Okay, Stale, buddy. Cut the green screen. It does make you... the green screen unironically makes you look more bald. I don't know what the fuck it did. Like, I don't know what, like, AI smoothing it's doing, but it's fucking you up, dog. It's... This shit is not doing you any favors. Not at all.
Well, yes and no. I like to say that I'm post-ironic, or on layer 2 of the irony scale. That means I try to talk about serious things by going way over the top with it. I say things that have a comedic punchline. I say things that sound like a joke, but when you think deeper about it, have a bit of a kernel of truth to it. I act ridiculous because the truth is ridiculous, and acting ridiculous is the only way to get you to take it seriously.
Okay. But you bitched and moaned that Reddit demodded you, and then called for Reddit to assist moderators and change the rules so you could have made money and be reinstated. If I remember correctly. The reinstation is the one thing I can't remember correctly. Someone would have to... I'd have to rewatch those videos. But if I personally remember correctly, part of the argument was that Stale felt like he was unjustly abused by old rules, and the rules should have been updated and I guess allowed him to be on LSF. I don't know. I can't remember if that was part of it. So I will control it. If someone can correct me, that'd be great. But I don't remember. So we'll just continue with this.
A refresher on what just happened, though. I made a viral video, a video directed to the CEO of Reddit, where I gave you a peek into the insanity that is Reddit moderation and how it affects Reddit, the third largest social media platform in the US. In the video, I came off like a crazy person who was taking a silly topic like Reddit moderation way too seriously. And I looked...
His argument was he was falsely fired and should be fined to make money off of Reddit through sponsors. Yes, thank you. Yes. Poos, thank you very much. That, yes. If I remember correctly, it was the argument was he also got scammed. Though he broke the rules of Reddit by trying to profit outside of, like, it was like a mess. He wasn't supposed to do what he did.
Crazy because the situation is crazy. I was inspired to make this video by my favorite content creator, JReg. He is also a comedic content creator who created a video about the multiple layers of irony. And since I'm now a viral influencer, this is my attempt to contribute to the irony discourse by describing and defining layers 3 and 4.
But the problem was that but still, you weren't ironic when you were explaining the scam. and how you were blaming Mythic, how you shouldn't have got shit for partnering with the scam, and how Charlie's video was mean to you. That, unfortunately, to be fair, wasn't purely ironic. It was like, the problem is the irony. Hold up.
Atienthien became a member. Atienthien celebrates 11 months of membership. 11 months. Anyways. Falgi abuses his mods. I hear they're trying to unionize. Mod abuse will not be tolerated.
Fair. So, like, here's the thing, right? Irony is specifically like a juxtaposition. Thank you for the 11 months, Yen, by the way. Sorry, I should have said that. So, like, irony is a juxtaposition. If we're to look at it, like, from a dictionary point of view, right? It's the expression... Oh, my God. Thank you, guys.
Schrodinger's hairline.
That's fucked up. It's the expression of one's meaning by using language that normally signifies the opposite, typically for humorous or emphatic effect, right? So an expression would be, don't go overboard with gratitude. He rejoined and whatever the fuck, blah, 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 blah. It's, so the idea is that, like, you're trying to be contrary to the point you're trying to make and using brevity and comedy to reach that point. However, nothing was ironic about what happened to him. Nothing was ironic. What happened to him was what he was actively going... Yes, Leia? You just barked into your foot. Like, what was happening to him in the fallout of the LSF stuff with the Mythic Talent, with the fucking clipping fake game show thing, that wasn't irony. That was actively happening, and he was asked to be accountable for being a part of it. And when he's like, Reddit mods need more power, that also wasn't irony. It was just what it was. His vid after, though, was sure. Yeah, he learned the concept from a Destiny orbiter. So that's the interesting thing, right? I'm really curious what why mass reporting should happen. So I've heard that he accuses Chud and Queeman of housing a doxing community. And I'm sitting here being like, remember when Destiny, when his drama was popping off, was like, chat, you should find Queeman's docs. You should find Justicle's docs. Man, I'd kill these people in real life. Yeah, none of that was ironic. Him like calling for his community to, I don't know, find other people's information wasn't ironic. That was what happened. So I'm curious. But let's get back to the video.
Of irony that add on top to JReg's kind of previous definitions of layers kind of 0 through 2 of irony. Specifically, I'm going to be using these definitions of irony to describe a very online topic known as Lolcows that I've become intimately familiar with after my big viral moment. So what is irony?
Okay, if you don't remember his stream, he kept saying he won't become a Lolcow while actively arguing and doing Lolcow things. You cannot time me. Okay, do not Tommy Wiseau being a Lolcow. It gets weird.
Well, in my framework, irony is critique, and each layer above the previous layer of irony is a critique of the critique. So what is layer 0 of irony? Well, that's just sincerity. That means just having an opinion, having a goal, having a direction, a philosophy,
I'm actually going to speed this up. This video is kind of boring.
Act or opinion or situation that involves agency. It is not in reference to something else. It is not the opposite of a different position. Instead, it is an opinion or philosophy that stands on its own. Notice that we can even have two opposing positions that are on layer 0 because they stand on its own without it being in reference to the other position. Some examples might be the Republican or the Democratic Party. They are in some sense opposed to each other, but they still have ideas and philosophies of their own that don't need to be defined as being against the other party. Layer 0 is everywhere. The real world is mostly full of layer 0 sincere beliefs. Well, that was easy. So let's get to layer 1 of irony. If layer 0 is defending a belief, layer 1 is attacking it.
You know what's ironic about irony? Having to define it on a YouTube video? I was about to say, like, can I be honest? Things are either ironic or they're not. Setting up layers is just explaining the joke. Like, all this is just like explaining the joke, which ironically makes it more plausible that you were never ironic to begin with. Also, hello, Greg. Come into stream if you have some opinions.
Dan's burst level pseudo-intellectualism.
Yeah, I would say that. I would say that there's a level of like. Now, I would say if Stale said this video was ironic, sure, I'd actually give this to him. The problem is, I do think he's being sincere when making this video.
Layer 1 of irony requires the acknowledgement of the opposing belief and positions itself so as to attack it or tear it down. It is fundamentally destruction, not creation. And in order to destroy, there must already exist something that was created to then destroy. Some examples. Some people say that sarcasm is a layer 1 belief because you're saying the opposite of what you mean, but I mean something a little bit different from that in my framework of irony. The best example that I have of a layer 1 position would be the Socratic method, or the person who's constantly asking questions about somebody else's.
How is that irony? How is the Socratic method? How is asking questions to find the root cause of a thing irony? How? Definitionally, that's not irony, because irony is saying one thing and meaning another in the concept of a juxtaposition. It's not like sarcasm is, listen, let's be real. Sometimes sarcasm is a form of lying, right? But that's not how irony works. The Socratic method is a truth-seeking, is a truth-seeking like thought process. Okay, let's see if he explains the Socratic method correctly.
Belief and pointing out flaws without necessarily even having a position of their own. Elitism, credentialism, or gatekeeping is a layer 1 belief because it fundamentally says that there are people out there who are not qualified, are not competent enough to have a position, do an action, have a goal, etc., etc. And that's why we need these credentials or gatekeeping to make sure that the wrong people are not engaging in certain actions. Layer 1 is exclusionary. And to get to my most important example.
But how is that ironic? Like, how is that ironic though? Like, how is that irony?
Only word salads can save him now.
How is that? But that's not okay. So Stale, I don't understand how Stale's brain works sometimes. It's not bright, I will say that. The irony is like, he's like, well, irony level 1 is exclusionary. If we examine that a little bit deeper, the irony should be that gatekeeping is a problem because it doesn't promote the hobby. It keeps people who are interested in the hobby out of the hobby, or out of the group that people want to be a part of and wish to learn from. And oftentimes the people who are gatekeeping are the exact issues that they see in other people. That's the irony, because it's the juxtaposition of it. How is that? People being exclusionary isn't exclusionary isn't irony. Oh, excuse me. Irony isn't exclusionary. It's the confines of why people are being excluded that is ironic. Isn't it ironic? It's like a rain on your wedding day. It's a free ride that you already wait. Isn't it ironic? I don't remember all the fucking words, and my fucking voice is shot. Oh, that was not a smart move.
I would argue that the internet itself, especially social media in the digital age, is fundamentally full of layer 1 beliefs and critiques, which stands in stark contrast to kind of the beliefs that are in the real world. What I mean by this is, I think that social media, especially websites like Reddit, are not really about doing things, and they're more about sharing and critiquing things that other people are doing. It's not about you putting things out into the world. It's about you attacking things that other people do. This layer.
But how is that? How is that exclusionarily ironic? I mean, the irony is that it's a web page where people are supposed to connect, but like where we're like you're missing the point that the irony is that the internet is supposed to connect us, but it's made us more insulary and more reactive than ever before. That's the irony of the internet. Oh, okay.
One philosophy resonates through the entire DNA of the internet, both from the very sarcastic and critical humor that is common on websites like Reddit, and even down to the very features that make up these websites, such as,
Mac with some cheese for the one.
Mac with some cheese tipped $1. Alanis Morissette at this time of night? Man, it is time for bed.
Thank you. Oh, boy. Chat, I'm dying here.
resharing, retweeting, commenting, and kind of features like that. They're baked into the very infrastructure of the internet. Websites are built to make you attack, critique, reshare, comment, or retweet. And this is so ubiquitous that I don't think people could even imagine it to be any other way. It's hard to even put a finger on what is truly wrong with the internet, let alone fix it, beyond vague hand waves and attacks against the algorithm. And I hate this. I hate layer one of irony because it's fundamentally destructive and about attacking the things that other people do. And I think that this internet-driven...
But that's, by nature, is not irony. Irony is proving a point through juxtaposition. That's not how irony works. That is how the internet is Why the internet making us more insulary is the irony. But it's not irony in and of itself. It's not a layer of irony. The idea is that it's irony. Like the idea is that it's ironic. Not that it's a level of irony. I hate this thing where we start creating systems for concepts that are pretty self-explanatory. It's a very weird way to do this. Yeah, irony is when opinions or criticism, it doesn't make any sense.
Very critical philosophy is what drives very huge problems in the world that we see today. And this is both on the internet and in real life. We live in an ironic, sarcastic, and critical world where we gawk at the things that other people do as opposed to create on our own. And I will put a disclaimer on this that I'm moralizing something that doesn't automatically have to be moralized and certainly has some upsides as well as downsides. There's nothing wrong with, gatekeeping our doctors or civil engineers, and critique itself isn't automatically bad, but I stand by my moralizing nonetheless. What does layer 2 or post-irony mean? Post-irony is the critique of the critique. If your body is sincere at layer 0, then layer 1 is the sword that attacks your body, and layer 2 would be the shield that defends itself against the sword or the critique. Layer 2 is not a position on its own. If it was a position on its own, then it would be layer 0 at sincerity. No.
So far he has copied JReg's video, and I already just don't agree with JReg. Okay. Return to irony, pre-irony, post-irony, or muddling with the truth? Meta-irony. Sometimes things don't need to be made. Interesting. Okay. So far, okay, so remember, none of these are his own, these are things that he's apparently copied from the YouTuber JReg. Okay.
Only exists as a reference to a reference. The way that
Calling his haircut a landing strip is fucking disgusting, Cat. That is hilarious.
I use post-irony is I say things that I believe, but I do it in a very over-the-top way that makes it sound like I'm joking. I do this as kind of a shield and a way of kind of dismissing criticism. This works because if I say something that I know sounds silly, well, it becomes much harder for other people to attack me for something that I've acknowledged already is the case. Or in other words, I was only pretending to be retarded, therefore you can't attack me for it.
You mean like how you did that with all your LSF mod stuff? So, that's sarcasm, though. How is that irony? That's sarcasm. Or just lying. How is that irony? Okay.
At Red-Headed YouTuber became a member. At Red-Headed YouTuber celebrates 6 months of membership. Pretend I said something smart.
I wish I knew. Is this guy allowed to say? Yes, he is.
I live and breathe in layer 2, but I'm told this can be confusing to many. So why would one want to exist as a reference to a reference? Why not just be sincere? I mean, the opposite of an opposite should cancel back out to sincerity, right? Well, here's why. In this very internet-driven, sarcastic, and destructionary society, the kind of attacks from the peanut gallery will destroy anybody who's trying to do something sincerely. It is very hard to defend yourself against every attack, every nitpick, every whispering voice from the crowd telling you that you suck and you should therefore give up. You simply cannot fight against every piece of criticism, which is why you need a tool to defend yourself against the very concept of criticism. A post-ironic defense goes something like this. Yeah, your criticisms are right, but that's why I'm going to succeed anyway. Yeah, I don't have credentials, but I don't care. I'm going to go for it regardless.
That's... Huh? Barrel with the fucking 14 months, holy shit.
At Bill_73 became a member. At Bill_73 celebrates 14 months of membership. This guy, I've been watching this talk for how not to make video essays.
I've never seen someone debate pedophile themselves in a video. This is like, because that's not irony, it's self-preservation. That is, so the idea is that it's a self-preservation method of saying, yeah, I am this, but I'm still gonna have like, because like the idea is that you're trying to be congruent, because there's like a cognitive dissonance. So you're trying to be congruent with the actions that you're taking or how you feel, right? So let's say that he does feel like he's being the clown, but he knows the clown is the way to win. It's making it more in line with the congruence of self to preserve self-esteem. I don't think that that's post-irony. I don't, like, I hate fucking, why are there why are we doing meta commentary on fucking speaking to one another? Holy shit. I'll remember to like the stream, by the way, chat. Oh, remember to like the stream.
Yeah, I'm going to make mistakes, but I'm going to learn from them and then pick myself back up and try over again. And finally, the best defense of them all, I was only pretending to be retarded, therefore you can't criticize me for being retarded. Some people would call this a cope, and in some ways they're right. Instead of disagreeing with the criticism, you're saying, yeah, the criticism is right, but it doesn't matter. And in this highly online critical world, I think this philosophy of accepting criticism but not caring, of being willing to fail but try again, is the exact sort of thing that we need to get people back to believing things again.
But that's not post-irony, though. Failing, but still understanding that there's success and failure isn't post-irony. That isn't meta-irony, not by J-Reg's definition of either a return to pre-irony, post-irony, or muddling the irony with the truth, which is meta-irony. That's not how that works. It's like, because like all of this is like, it's roped in sarcasm and like believing certain like factors. Yeah, you could say it if you want. I don't give a shit.
I have the tar road pass. He doesn't get it.
You can't, I guess. Yeah, it's just like, if I didn't fail, you just think I failed, is literally his argument. Yeah, it's a weird one. Because like people can fail upwards. That happens. Okay, so literally failing upwards is ironic. Because the idea is that like failure should result in losing out on something, right? Failing upwards is ironic because technically you should go down a level. But there are people in life who fail upwards who, even though they don't succeed, gain a level of fame or success because of said failure. Or in spite of it.
Some more examples of layer 2 post-irony defenses are being anti-elitism, anti-gatekeeping, or move fast and break things. That's actually a very Silicon Valley, but layer 2 coded defense. Move fast.
Oh my god, I know what he's doing. Oh my god, he's doing the Elon Musk thing. Oh, we're just complying computer engineering to human beings. Oh my god, we're doing this thing.
The irony of not understanding irony.
This is true. No, this is not a Destiny thing. This is, oh my god, if you know a computer, listen, to all my computer engineers out there, let me say this, I like you guys very much, but this is the system things that fucking like Elon Musk does, or that other, oh my god, what's that other guy's name? He does like one of those political podcasts, he wears a suit, fuck, I don't know that guy's name, but like, this is, oh my god, I hate this shit. Because it's like, it's applying engineering systems to human interactions, which human interactions, not Jordan Peterson, it's a young kid, I just can't remember his name. He's a young guy, I can't remember his fucking name. But like, it's this idea that you're applying engineering systems to human interactions, which are like both complicated and also simple. Backshots, no.
Need the government to step in and shut down Reddit.
Yeah, no, is it Friedman? No, not Fuentes. No, he's not. I don't think he's right. I don't know his name. I just won't know his name. Mateo? Who the fuck is Mateo, Wookie? I bet, listen, if Dickers or some fucking poll person was here, they'd know exactly what I'm fucking thinking about. Is it Friedman? Maybe Friedman? I don't know what his face looks like.
and break things sounds a bit counterintuitive at first. Why would you want to break things? Well, it's not really that you want to break things. Instead, it's that you
It's not Shapiro.
will move quickly if you don't worry so much about breaking things. It's about kind of accepting that that will happen and kind of going on and taking the advantage of speed anyway. Very layer 2 coded. The Grug IQ graph is another example of a very layer 2 meme. This one's about patriotism, and at layer 0 you have kind of the Grug who is both, correct and also has kind of a very sincere patriotic belief. Then you have the center IQ person who's kind of the layer 1 critique, and he is, against kind of the patriotic Grug, and he's kind of wrong in this image. And then at layer 2 you have kind of the very high IQ person who is also patriotic, but presumably for different reasons than kind of like the low IQ kind of Grug, which is why this is an example of kind of like layer 2 patriotic propaganda is what we'll call it. This even expresses a very
I hate this too, because it is unironically, because he said it. He is gatekeeping. He's gatekeeping your ability to understand irony behind your ability to understand and be intelligent. Oh my God, this the autism is strong with this one.
quality among kind of like layer 2 thinking, and that is it has kind of a very
This user. Oh my God, he is a user. Holy shit, Stale is a user. Oh no, I'm dying. I'm dying, chat. Stale's trying to kill me, I swear.
aware, self-important, pseudo-intellectual, I'm better than you type kind of idea where it says kind of you have a point, but it's not like the more basic point, it's actually kind of more complicated, but still correct. And finally, there's something to be very careful about with regards to layer 2 post-ironic thinking. And that is, if your body is layer 0, and poison is the layer 1 thing that is attacking your body, and antivenom is the thing that fights the poison, the astute listener will notice that if you drink a bunch of poison and then drink a bunch of antivenom right after that, you are not back to being healthy. It's not just that the antivenom counteracts all of the poison or criticism that's targeted against you. It's also that the antivenom has side effects of its own. And if you take too much of the antivenom, this is going to lead to very significant kind of problems with your way of thinking and going about life, which leads us into a side tangent.
What is happening? What? Huh? None of that made sense. Is irony just the video existing? Maybe. I think irony is the video that's existing.
Which I'm calling the meta-ironic black hole. Meta-irony is not the sarcastic opposite that is of kind of layer 1 irony, nor is it the sincere over-the-topness of layer 2 post-irony. Instead, meta-irony is something of its own. Instead, meta-irony is saying something that is masked in so many layers of irony that neither the listener nor even possibly you know what is even being said or what the point of it all is in the first place.
What's the difference between a lolcow and a user? I feel like I hear them interchangeably a lot. So to be fair, user is coined and from the Deadwing Dork community. I have, because of like the small crossover that we have between like audience members, I do like using the term user because A, it's not always autist, and B, there are wholesome users. When we did the first like big understanding users stream, there are wholesome autists on the internet who like show off their like VHS collection, and I'm fucking or the fact that they ground each other, that was fucking wholesome. Sure, some of them said the N-word, but like they grounded each other, and that was fucking wholesome. And I really appreciated it. Yeah, you could be a user and like be fine. You can be a user and not a pedophile. Holy, but lolcows are much different, man. It's a very different breed.
Is the statement true? Is it false? Is it half true?
You're grounded, Fauci. You are grounded. No, you are grounded.
Nobody
No, Stale is not Sam Bankman-Fried.
knows. Some people like J. Reagan iDubbbz have said that meta-irony fits into layer 2 of irony, but I don't really think that fits. Let me explain why. In my framework, every even layer of irony, that is layer 0, 2, 4, and so on, is in agreement with the original layer 0 position in some way. Whereas
Wait, there's more layers than 4? Huh? Oh, no.
the odd layers, that is layers 1, 3, 5, etc., are the critique or in disagreement with the original sincere layer 0. But meta-irony doesn't fit that pattern at all, because you don't know what they're saying. I think that meta-irony is something that you can enter at any layer of the irony scale, and it's sort of a black hole or vortex that tears away all of the meaning in your statement and can, send you spinning out up and down all across the layers.
Irony is an onion. Irony is an onion. Oh, no.
It gets even easier to enter into kind of the black hole the more layers that you go up. The black hole analogy works because it really does feel like your position is kind of spinning out of control. Are you being sincere? Are you being sarcastic? Post-ironic? Post-ironic? Nobody knows. That's why it's the black hole. And layer 2 really is where most people start getting sucked into kind of this black hole, which is why it can be kind of so confusing to many. In fact, the original viral video that I made, which was kind of addressed to Spez, the CEO of Reddit, kind of fell into this black hole. This is because there were some statements in the video which I thought were clear jokes, like Reddit moderators should be treated like celebrities, and then
No, you truly believe that.
there was other things that I said were sincere, and there are other parts where I think I just got clearly carried away.
Okay, so you're admitting the video wasn't ironic.
The filter makes him so smooth and featureless.
Yes!
He looks like an early Pixar human character.
Wait. Let me see if I can find it. You know what? I'm not gonna look for it. But apparently, So Toy Story 5 got its first trailer, and the joke is like fucking Woody's going bald. Is Stale just bald Woody? Oh no. Oh, that movie's gonna suck, man. The fucking movie's gonna suck. And I know people are like, oh, but listen, it ended perfectly at 3. 4 was a tag on that I didn't mind, but it ended perfectly at 3.
Some people have called it cope for me to claim that it was all a joke in the first place. But looking back on the video myself, it's actually very difficult for even me to tell which parts are kind of real or were intended to be jokes or were just kind of me kind of losing it in the moment. That's why I think I got sucked into the meta-ironic black hole, because the truth of the video really has...
This is him begging to not be a lolcow. Please stop, buddy.
He is not getting my autism. Crown emoji. It was a gift from you. Kissing face emoji.
Thank you, Greg. Yes, Woody's balding now. No! Also, can we talk about that for a second? Woody, the toy that was already too old, is now balding. Like, the whole part of the second movie is Woody is a classic toy from like the fucking 50s. Why? Look, he already went bald. It's so funny. Oh, this movie's still gonna suck. Oh, I'm so upset. This movie's gonna suck so much. Yeah, and it was prepared in 2. Oh, this movie's gonna suck ass. I'm gonna feel so Yeah, he was touched up multiple times.
has been lost into the other. Another example of a meta-ironic content creator that people often bring up is Sam Hyde. He says a lot of kind of far-right statements now, but that wasn't always the case. When a lot of his content originally released, the meaning of it really was a mystery to a lot of people. You know, was he actually far-right? Was he just joking? Or was he somebody who kind of got too deep into the character and then kind of changed their positions and became the person that they kind of joked about along the way? Now, that was a primer to irony. Now we're getting into
Which, yeah, Sam Hyde's character was an I don't really like Sam Hyde. It is what it is.
Obligatory bald Beckett reference.
Yes, that is true. Yeah. Like, I'm not a...
I spent a while trying to figure out what his facial proportions make him look like, and I
That's
got
so
it.
evil.
He looks like a Glenn Martin, DD exclamation model.
That's absolutely fucking evil. He would be in Clay Fighter. He would be in Clay Fighter 64. He would be the Dan Hibiki of Clay Fighter 64. I mean, like, for me personally, I don't really like Sam Hyde. I never really found him funny. And some of the shit that may or may not be true about his person is pretty fucked up if true. But I kind of just don't care. Because I just don't like him. I tried getting into Fish Tank. It's just kind of boring for me. I think the drama around Fish Tank is interesting. I think the show is just boring. I love Clay Fighter. Yeah, I played Clay Fighter 64. Yeah, I owned it. Actually, no, I didn't own it. My cousin owned it, and I played it at their house.
the stuff that I feel like I've invented. I am defining layer 3 on the irony scale as the Lolcow layer. Remember, an irony layer is critique. So layer 3 would be a critique.
No. What are you doing? No! No! Stale, you fucked up! No! Lolcow should not be on the irony scale. That's not how it works. Because lolcows could be apropos. Daniel Larson, the pedophile, is not ironic. That's the why. He thinks he's being self-aware.
Can someone make a meme with Stale in front of a wall covered with notes and red string with irony on the center paper?
Holy shit, it's time to feed that pupper. It's time to give her treats. It's time to feed that dog now. On the Uplock stream tonight. Yes, everybody, it's time to feed that dog. We're a little bit more subdued today because my voice hurts. Who's a good girl? Who's a good girl? She's very happy to see all of you, chat. Yeah, Daniel Larson is in jail, ironically. World of T-shirts. Really good example of a lolcow that I fucking hate as a lolcow. Oh, God, this is... This is, oh boy, here we
of the
go.
critique of the original position. It is the shield breaker to the layer 2 shield. It attacks the concept of fighting back against criticism. This is why I'm calling it the Lolcow layer, because attacking somebody for being a Lolcow is a layer 3 argument. A Lolcow is a very online term, both meant for somebody who is kind of worthy of being criticized and therefore can be milked for drama. But beyond just being a person who's worthy of ridicule, a Lolcow is also sort of self-aware. That means that they know that they are the target of criticism, and they might in fact lean into it in order to...
Not every Lolcow is like that. Cyrax isn't... Okay. I have said this, and I will not... I will not name this person. But someone like Cyrax, whom I know of, because people I know were in and around that area. To the point where they knew Cyrax's like grandma, mom, whatever the fuck. And like had the same plug as Cyrax. That wasn't irony.
So Boggy is an Alanis Morissette song.
I guess, yeah. Lolcows do everything with a sense of awareness. It's not ironic. They're just that centric. But yeah, but to be fair, not every Lolcow has that sense of awareness. Because there are, like, okay, so if I look at something like World of T-shirts, right? Let's look at World of T-shirts. I don't think World of T-shirts has the same awareness of his Lolcowism to like Cobra did. Yeah, because like part of the idea of being a Lolcow is a level of unawareness. Like there's a level of like there are some that lean into it, sure. But like predominantly it's a level of being kind of unaware of your status, but knowing that you are part of the internet culture. If Lolcows aren't ironic, they are earnest. That's what makes them interesting. Holy fuck, Pi, that's absolutely correct. Pi, by the way, Armand Pi ZK doesn't like her understanding of the internet is so bizarre to me as a person because she knows like random little bits and then like nothing of what we've ever covered. But then like that's the most fucking 150 IQ take. It's so beautifully put.
kind of defend themselves against that criticism. And the very act of leaning into kind of the criticism and being the Lolcow makes them...
You guys don't... I've said this multiple times, and I'm going to say it again. I would cancel this channel if I did something wrong by Pi standards. Legitimately.
Freya tipped $1. Going back to the Toy Story 5-bit for Woody. He's one haircut away from being an ACC cautionary tale.
That's fucked up. That's fucked up. That's fucked up. Thank you. Yeah, no, Pi is legit. I'd fucking kill this channel if I did something that Pi didn't like, I'd fucking destroy this channel.
Even more of a Lolcow by using this kind of defense against criticism by being the thing even more. In other words, the Lolcow is using a strategy of kind of trying to fight back against criticism, and the accusation of being a Lolcow against the person is instead criticizing that very behavior of kind of fighting back against kind of this kind of ridicule or...
Yes, but it's not ironic that the Lolcow is engaging with the criticism and fighting back. Again, it's not ironic that Jar constantly put out videos and we say it's ironic for us. Jar, just one more video and it's gonna work. Just one more response and he would constantly put out more responses. But he's not being ironic. He's being retarded. Oh, there we go. I said the slur.
These attacks. That's why it's the shield breaker to kind of like the shield that the Lolcow is attempting to use against criticism. Layer 3 really is where things start to get very complicated. I feel like it's very easy to tell the difference between layer 0 and layer 2, sincerity and post-irony, because, you know, a sincere position sounds very different than somebody being kind of over the top and hyperbolic, even though they still kind of mean the things that they're saying. Whereas I think layer 1 and layer 3 are much harder to differentiate, and I struggle to find any real examples of this.
Thank you, Backshots, for giving me your pass. I really appreciate it.
Layer 3 would be like saying the move fast and break things philosophy is a bad philosophy. But how is it that much different from just saying don't break things? People criticize others for moving too fast and breaking too many things all the time. In fact, moving too fast might in fact be the chief cause of people breaking too many things. So really there has to be kind of a differentiator between somebody who's just saying don't break things versus attacking the very philosophy of move fast and break things. A great example of a layer 3 attack would be the I was just pretending to be retarded meme. Layer 0 of the comic is the person being retarded. Layer 1 is the people in kind of the comic attacking the person for being retarded. And then layer 2 is the person attempting to dismiss criticism by saying actually it was a joke all along.
Huh? That's, again, no, that isn't irony, because there's no juxtaposition. The person is coping. That's not the concept of irony. You can't just slap a phrase in front of it and then the word irony and then say, no, it's irony. Because the comedy in that scenario is the person is acting in that, in the spurg. The person is a spurg. They're trying to tell you, oh, I'm acting like a spurg, because it's the level of, it's a lack of self-awareness. Yes, exactly. That's not irony.
And then layer 3 would be kind of the entire
This is such fucking advanced autism. It's insane.
itself, because this is clearly an attack on the person who's pretending like he's kind of making a joke and therefore not actually being stupid. This is a layer 3 attack because it's attacking their kind of cope or defense.
I blame Lazy for this. I don't know how. I blame Lazy Bedhead for this for like a variety of reasons. Number one, because Lazy Bedhead's in the chat. Motherfucker, we need to finish Andy Ditch. I keep like, I'm like, oh, I'll message Lazy, and then my day sucks, and I'm like, oh, I forgot to message Lazy. Oh, side note, speaking of collaborations, Thursday, at 8 p.m. EST, which is why I can't, hold up, is it Thursday on what fucking, okay, Twitch. Thursday on Twitch. I will, which is weird, I'm making my Twitch debut, I guess. I will be watching movies, or an animated movie with a very special friend of the channel.
He looks like Clayface got stuck halfway changing.
Oh, that's fucked up, but kind of true. I will be watching animated movies. An animated movie that was found, and I fucking clicked into the middle of it, and it's raw. With Saber Spark and his fiance Rishi. I'm really looking forward to that. It's something that Saber and I have talked about for a long time now, and so I obviously I'll promote it, but it's very interesting that what movie? Oh fuck! It's like some random okay. I popped in like middle of the way through. Just do it in the server. I can't Zane, because it's specifically on his channel. This is specifically through Saber's channel. It's not through mine. The movie, because is called A Foxtail in English. So already off rip, you could tell that if it's the English edition, it's some Eastern European slop. And I fucking clicked in the middle of the fucking movie, and I'm just like, oh, the voice acting is bad. Oh, this is like Kino. Like, if you ever watched Tony Hawk Underground, the movie thing, it gives that a little bit. Is it some furry stuff? It's actually a little bit more like Alpha Omega, kinda.
Against criticism. An issue with layer 3 and kind of the deeper layers of irony is a problem that I've invented called the nuh-uh problem. It goes something like this. A person says, hey, I did something cool. Somebody else says, nah, that sucks. And then the person responds by saying, nuh-uh. And then the response is, uh-huh, nuh-uh, nuh-uh, ad infinitum. Is each nuh-uhs and yahas a different layer of irony? I mean, I guess it's critiquing or disagreeing with the kind of critique before it. I don't feel like each of these things are new layers of irony. I feel like in order to ascend a layer of irony, the kind of statement or critique must truly understand kind of the self-referential nature of itself and its relationship to the other layers of irony. And finally, we have reached layer...
I don't understand what... Are you talking about Kisvuk? I don't know if it's like Kisvuk. But who does it? I don't know. Does this movie feature Eric Sparrow? I wish, man. If you were a Super Best Friends plays fan, their Tony Hawk Underground Let's Play is like one of the funniest fucking things, man. I go back and watch those Let's Plays a little bit. Like, irony enough, this is like somebody told me that apparently, I don't really watch Aiden, but apparently he said he can't take me seriously because he pictures me in the maid dress. I'm a Greek man in a maid dress, which the fact that Aiden chick that thinks about me in a maid dress says more about him than it does about me. But I'll never forget. And I wish I could find the fucking clip. I think it's in the Jake Weddle interview. But it could be in a different video that I was watching of Aiden a long time ago. Aiden is fiddling with his microphone. And as Aiden is fucking fiddling with his fucking mic, he breaks the fucking arm, and mid-interview he has to fix it. It's one of the dumbest things I've ever seen. It is it's one of the fucking dumbest things I've ever seen, and I have to, like, because I've never really taken Aiden seriously, like, personally, and I'm sure he hasn't taken me seriously. Listen, Docs Are Underground aside, like, I don't really got anything against the kid. I really don't got anything really against them, but like I just have never taken him seriously because of that. Because I remember in that interview, at one time, like Jake Weddle just calls it on the phone, and like Aiden is literally holding the phone up to the microphone, and his arm is getting tired, so he keeps switching hands, and I don't like. It's just so fucking funny, man. Which I can't blame him for that one, but it's funny. Raynal Danal Anal Real, thank you for fucking subscribing, dog.
4 of irony, another one that I've now invented, which I do not even have a name for yet. If you have a name, please kind of say so in the comments of this video, and I will attempt to.
Wait, you don't have a name for your 4th level of irony? Uma Brother, thank you for the fucking becoming a member.
Brother became a member.
Thank you so much, dog. Was that the one where his ex called? Yes, it is the one where Weddle and Lex are like calling in tandem on both of those streams, which, listen, you can have problems with both MRAW and Aiden. That shit was Kino. That shit was actually Kino. And like then finding out that she was live trying to hack his Lex is live trying to hack Jake Weddle's emails is fucking hilarious. There's nothing that doesn't make that not funny.
Use all of my energy left to break free of my earthly layer 2 bonds and extend into kind of layer 4 for just a few moments to give some examples. If layer 0 is your body, then the virus is layer 1, and your antibodies are layer 2. Do you know what that makes layer 3? Yeah, that's right, it makes it AIDS. And what does it make me? Well, I'm your sex education, baby, and you don't want to get AIDS. Listen to your sex educator. And AIDS isn't the thing that kills you. It attacks your immune system.
You know, you get HIV first. You get HIV first, but okay, we're AIDS. We're at AIDS, chat. Oh, this is a joke. This is, yeah. You hear him out. We're at the AIDS tier. Yeah, we're at the AIDS crisis. Stale does look like someone who'd be lost in the AIDS crisis. No. Oh no! I'm picturing Stale being Tom Hanks in Philadelphia. No! Oh, what did I do? What did I do? Oh, Stale, I'm sorry, brother. Even I don't think that that's fucking mean.
It is the rest of the virus-like criticism that truly destroys you. And even more than that, AIDS is very difficult to cure. Once you have contracted kind of an illness that prevents you from...
You don't cure AIDS. You just slow the progression or like try to mediate it. You don't cure AIDS. You can stopgap a little bit of HIV. You don't cure. Okay. He does have the gene. Unfortunately, I do think Stale has the gene.
Fighting back against the very concept of criticism, you're doomed. You have AIDS for life, and even worse, you can transmit it to other people. And us level 4 sex educators are out here trying to warn you of the danger of AIDS, either with, condoms or abstinence. And you teenagers out there, you're just out there kind of having fun, laughing at us, not really kind of taking our warning seriously. But seriously, I'm telling you, you really don't want to get AIDS. But let me dispense with the analogies and kind of get to the conclusion of my video by making a direct layer 4 argument. Remember, irony is a critique. So level 4 is attacking the level 3
irony is a juxtaposition, not a critique. Okay.
Lolcow position. And it would go something like, I know you're having a lot of fun with your kind of critique and ridicule after your target and making your target kind of defenseless against criticism. Nay, you're making it so that if they even fight back against criticism, that kind of means that the attacks and criticism apply even more to them. And my response to that would be, why? Why would you hold such a philosophy that can be so accurately encapsulated by 2 words? Give up. Like, what are the good outcomes here? What are you trying to do? What are you trying to accomplish by attacking the very concept of fighting back against criticism? At least layer 1 is kind of useful. If you...
Huh? Okay, this is a cope video. Holy shit, this is a cope video. This video is all about, can you please stop criticizing me like I'm a lolcow? Layer 4 is literally like, stop making me a lolcow. That's Oh my god. He just explained the gene. He just explained the, like, yeah, he's just saying he has the gene. Because he's like, why don't you guys allow me to argue that I'm not a Lolcow? Oh no, Stale. Stale, this was a bad video, buddy. Oh boy, this was a bad video.
Point out a problem, you can solve it, you can mitigate it, you can fix it. Whereas layer 3 is more just saying, nah, don't even try. The whole philosophy is just sad to me. It's a carpet of despair that you can't escape from, and I reject it. And that's kind of my layer 4 attack on kind of the Lolcow argument. If you have any arguments that or examples that kind of fit this.
Fauci, didn't you say you were offered to debate this guy? Yeah. This Friday, I guess. Fuck. I'm so much more interested just in him. And that versus debating him. Fuck. No! Now I'm just more interested in talking to him. Well, I'll try to be nice.
It's a layer 4 analogy or names for the.
Because I know how I get, man. Yeah, he just really used HIV/AIDS to argue that he isn't a Lolcow.
Guys, here is my weird personal dumb definition of Lolcow, and as you can see, I don't meet the definition. Guys, I don't have the gene.
Yeah, this is God. I'm surprised the farms never really picked this guy up, man. Irony doesn't equal satire, which is why it's neither. Yeah. Yeah, this is like I'm kind of surprised the farms never really picked him up from what I know. I think Stale. Listen, let me be fair. I am not encouraging Stale to get doxxed or anything else. I just think Stale is actually a really interesting person to keep tabs on. Unironic, like this is like user behavior. This is actually user behavior in a like specific sense. Kind of, I could respect it.
This layer 4, put them kind of in the comments below. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope you come out of this video as equally enlightened about the concept of irony as you are infected by it. Because I will warn you, there's no way back. Am I serious?
Okay, so we have now finished his irony video. I'm actually glad we started with that. Because his irony video is weird. It doesn't make any sense because it was an irony. Some people ask me why I made this video. Well, the answer is because I'm terminally online, obsessed with irony, and I want to contribute to the discourse surrounding it. There is no discourse surrounding irony. I was only pretending, guys, and you fell for it. Yeah. 4 layers of hair recession. He's coping, he's lying, he's bald. I'm a viral influencer? Okay, that's actually hilarious. I am a viral influencer is very funny. So now we get to Stale's video on why mass reporting is good. Now, I will argue, so apparently, I also have Stale's entire 3-hour stream. We will not be watching the 3-hour stream. I will probably watch it in my off time. Well, the reason I'll be watching it in my off time is preparing. Here is my argument. This is pretty insane. I think that this standard of thinking mass reporting is a good thing is pretty crazy. I'll be really, I don't have time to do a research stream with you guys. I can't do that. Send it to me, I'll stream about it. Okay, to be fair, I asked, okay. Lazy, I would. However, I asked somebody to ask Stale directly for this. I don't know if I should be sending it around. Let me get back to you on that, because I did ask for this. And I don't, and as tee hee ha ha funny, I don't want to cuck the content. I do kind of just want to make sure that I am doing the nice thing. However, so Stale, oh my god. So Stale made this video, and it's kind of in the outcry of the Chud Nick fallout. And I'm kind of curious where Chud, I'm kind of curious where Stale lies in it. If I had to guess, Stale doesn't like Chud because DGG. Now, I am curious where this will go. Again, at the time, Stale did not know why Chud, and the video was taken down for a bit of time. It is back up. So YouTube determined that it was a false report. And potentially it was the AI, and that it was a false AI report. So without further ado, let's go into Stale 2000's video. Mass reporting is good, actually.
An armed society is a polite society. And terms of service reports are exactly the metaphorical weapon that the internet desperately needs to make it more polite. In this video, I am going to be talking about a variety of drama-centric live streamers in what's called the commentary community. I am going to be talking about the dynamics of how these people and their communities interact with one another, the consequences of such, and how that compares to what the internet was like in the past. The internet and its toxic troll communities are much different than how they were 15 years ago. I speak from personal experience. 15 years.
Wait, why did you green screen? Why did you green screen your own room? This is a green screen of this man's own room. Why did you do this? No, Stale. Okay, so he's saying arming yourself with terms of service. However, terms of service inherently isn't for... Okay. Here's the issue. Off rip. Terms of service isn't for the consumer. It's for the provider. By nature, terms of service, it is... like, that's like saying HR is for you. No, HR is for your company. The terms of service is for the company to obviously to have oh my god, what's the word I'm looking for? To alleviate levels of responsibility, specifically legal responsibility. Yeah, if he's saying to weaponize TOS, yeah, that's not great. And I would say that that's potentially brigading. Again, I would have to listen to more of what he says.
Ago, I was involved in a variety of anonymous IRC chat groups. That is, Anonymous, the infamous hacking group that was DDoSing the Church of Scientology website groups. That is, Anonymous, the infamous hack involved in how they were 15 years ago. I speak from personal experience. 15 years ago, I was involved in a variety of anonymous IRC chat groups. That is, Anonymous, the infamous hacking group that was...
The hacker known as 4chan. So, Stale is admitting to being anonymous. I don't know, like, I'd rather you admit that you're in the fucking lizard group. Oh boy, well, sure, but listen, he works in tech, maybe.
Also, that statement is just wrong. As a Brit, it's pretty nice to not need to worry too much about the consequences of living in an armed society.
Do you think he knows Jupiter the Hybrid from back in their hacking days? Maybe. I know that Stale works in the tech industry. He works in that sector. Yeah, he's like I think he's like in his mid to late 20s. I think Stale like was balding in his mid to late 20s.
DDoSing the Church of Scientology websites, taking down websites that deplatform WikiLeaks, and even participating in the Arab Spring revolutions by electronically targeting various authoritarian government websites. It's hard to explain how viral Anonymous and its related groups like LSF were. Internet communities back then were still mostly...
You went back to your regular home. Brother, you gotta cut the hair off. You've gotta cut the hair off. You look like a cancer patient. I need you to cut the hair off. He wasn't a part of Anonymous. Yeah, if he's like my age, was it as Anonymous? Those were two separate groups. I don't know much about Anonymous. Listen, if people can prove that there were like two separate groups of hacker organizations, if you, Layla, if you know this and you're in the Discord, you can just at me. I'd be curious. Yeah, he needs to shave the head, dog. Like, you look like Gollum right now. You, like, unironically, you look like fucking Smeagol. It's okay to be bald. You're better off being bald. I'm begging you.
Just full of nerds. The only thing regular people were on was Facebook. Even that was mostly young people. So the advent of a decentralized internet community that was achieving real results, or harm, in the world was unheard of till then. When these online hacking groups did, mattered. It was not jokes, it was not fake, it was not saying mean words, it was targeting your enemies and causing real material harm. I was in some of these groups as a stupid 21-year-old, and although I never got caught doing anything that got me...
I see. Wait, aren't you like... You are not... What do you mean you were in these groups as a 21-year-old? Huh? How old are you, Stale? Stale! How old is Stale? So he's like 36. Yeah, I'm so confused. I thought he was a little bit younger than that.
In serious trouble, I was talking to people who did. I remember interacting with, ended up in prison for digital crimes. The funniest thing that I personally did is I guess I created a fake political party called the Anon Party once, and I tricked a couple media groups into writing an article about it. There might be some
Ugh, I had a sneeze. Sorry, chat. So wait, I thought he was 36. I guess he is like 36. I don't fucking know. Wait. So if you're saying the most important thing you did was create a fake political party, what hacking did you do? Okay.
archives of the Guardian article that was about this from 10, 15 years ago.
No, he was not in jail. He said his friends were in jail.
But I don't know. I say this not to brag, but instead to say that I can give a real perspective into these communities and how internet troll advocacy groups used to work and how they're different from kind of modern day internet communities. Us internet trolls understood that the stuff that we did mattered. It had real world consequences. We understood that we were in danger. Nay, we were the danger. Websites getting hacked was real damage. Your friends and family and workplace being called or harassed was real harm. Somebody putting in fake pizza orders to your address was real damaging harm. This is why everyone back then was so terrified about being doxxed or having the real world information out there. Both us trolls knew, as did regular people, that you didn't want people on the internet to know who you were. Even the name of this hacking group itself, Anonymous, demonstrates this ethos. Definitionally, you're the same as everyone else. It's not about...
Does he know that Anonymous wasn't just trolls? Yeah, it's very, very weird. That's very weird.
You. There are no leaders, and if you get doxxed, well, you log off, retire that entire identity, and maybe join a...
Yeah, Zane. Yeah. I work with people who ripped off the whole damn back end of Spotify. Thank you so much, Zane. Yeah, I have a lot of like tech people in here. Enough to the point where they could just look this up if they really wanted to.
Again, under a new anonymous identity. This led to an interesting dynamic, and that is, even though these hacking groups and IRC channels were full of dangerous people who really were out to get you, it produced a kind of politeness or cordialness among the people in these groups that were smart. If you were smart, you didn't pick fights with other people, because that other person could be anybody. They could come after you. They could be a master hacker for real. They could harm you, dox you, send harassment towards your family, DDoS you, the works. Now, some people did still pick fights. These were anonymous hacking IRC channels after all, but the people who picked fights didn't tend to last very long. Someone would put their hand on the stove, get burnt, because they unnecessarily pissed off the wrong person, and then they would disappear from the community forever. There was a feedback loop, and it stopped the most toxic of the most toxic from...
Okay, so what Stale is saying, that in the hacker groups, in the anonymous hacker groups, doxing and maybe even swatting or other things like that were ways of keeping people in line. He's so wrong about that. I will say this right now. If people want to produce like insights into anonymous and IRC hacking for me, by all means you can. I know none of this. I wouldn't even argue this anyways, because it's not really the substantive point. Because what he's talking about, community self-policing. But self-policing is different in every community, because there's no terms of service. There's no terms of service if you're hacking things. It's called rules of engagement. This is just rules of engagement.
Infinitely attacking everyone in the community forever. So when the rest of the community observes some toxic idiot pissing off the wrong person and then getting completely pwned in return...
Also, I'm begging you, pop filter, please. Stale, pop filter.
What we did is we laughed at them. We called them the R slur. We called them stupid, because they were. What are you doing? Joining a hacking IRC channel, pissing off a bunch of people, especially when you don't even know how to use a VPN or protect your personal information otherwise. In other words, we live by the ethos of talk shit, get hit. F around and find out. If you spam slurs against people for weeks on end, well, you better watch your back because we're going to come after you, and it won't be merely by calling you a slur back in return. This dynamic is very different than modern, safe online communities, which we'll get to. Additionally, there weren't many true leaders. If you wanted to start some hacking operation or internet advocacy campaign against a target, legit or otherwise, you either had to do it yourself or convince other people. There weren't many cult leaders, or as we call them, influencers these days, who could instantly mobilize people to do exactly what they
Okay. Okay. So the argument is that content creators are now cult leaders. Now, I've... Okay.
Had that fancy looking mic but no pop filter, hack.
Yeah, it's crazy to have that microphone and no pop filter. It's absolutely insane. So, okay. If I had to make the argument, part of the problem with this exists. So part of the problem with this concept is, yes, influencers in their own right can be considered cult leaders. If you want to say that, I recognize that, like, there's a level of influence that I have over you guys. But if I examine it a little bit deeper, it is also my responsibility to still tell you guys to not do things. Yeah. Okay. But that has nothing to do with TOS, though. You know what? I think I figured it out. This man is a poser. He saw these online communities with a bit of edge and wanted to be in the group so badly. He just wants to talk like an expert.
Last Dono, the fuck is that pinball machine?
He's doing it. It's Diorio Solidarity. Diorio Solidarity.
wanted, no matter who they targeted or what the campaign is. And for the few leaders that did exist, they had the chops to back it up. The master hackers from Lolcow or similar. They weren't influencers who were just entertaining. They actually did walk the walk. They didn't have the true unaccountable power that comes from having an army of loyal followers, but they were able to mobilize people towards their goals a bit better than others. That was the old internet. Let's talk about the new internet and its troll communities now.
Again, yeah, like I said before, TOS is like TOS is for the company. Rules of engagement are for the communities.
Now, large-scale, powerful, decentralized, and anonymous internet groups basically don't exist anymore. The only ones that come close are 4chan and maybe Kiwi Farms, and 4chan is frankly a shell of its former self. But even these communities these days feel much...
I would argue that the farms are a lot more centralized. So it was Stale that must... No, I don't think it was Stale that reported it. That would actually be insane if Stale did it. This is why he wants him. That's why he wants himself and the Reddit mod to be seen as celebrities. It's an attempt to be part of an in-group of anonymous or online groups. Yeah, I could see that. I could see that. Lazy. Yeah, it's one of those things. Is like I wouldn't. So I won't name people. But I know some old school farmers from the CWC days. It wasn't really decentralized. When it was the old quick days, like, they did log Chris. The goal was logging Chris. To say that it's decentralized doesn't really make any sense because Null is around and a figurehead of the community. Like, I think that's like the weird thing. It's like you're kind of misunderstanding how the farms work. And listen, I'm not an expert in it, but I've talked to current and former farmers about it. And it's like, you are fundamentally misunderstanding the way the farms function. And I think to your own detriment, because this is not as strong of an argument as you'd make. 4chan, unless I was ever on 4chan, I'd give a fuck less about 4chan.
Much more nihilistic and uncaring than previous internet groups. The modern day internet troll or snark or advocacy groups are dominated by one thing, and that is influencers these days. Influencers just didn't exist 15 years ago. Yeah, there were celebrities, but celebrities were distant from their fans. They weren't interacting with them every day or directing their communities in discords like the micro celebs of today do. What is called the commentary community, as well as snark communities, most demonstrates how the...
Okay, so here's the thing. They're not synonymous. I'm not a snarker. I act like this is like so fucking gay. So this is like the thing, right? if you are identifying that people are snark communities, by nature, snark communities attempt to make anything stick, regardless of the veracity of the truth. That is not how the commentary community functions. Shit, it's not really how Chud functions. And I disagree with Chud and the Diorio shit. Listen, I've followed enough, I've watched enough Chud to say that's not what he does. I'm ready for, no, he's not gonna go, this guy's not gonna complain about Hassan. I don't think it's gonna happen. So like, and again, and Diorio doesn't function like this either. I was watching Diorio today, like tonight, go over a Denki Jabbo video being like, hey man, I really hope you show proof, because you are kind of like burying the lead a little bit. And I'm like, yeah, like we try to function off of evidence. Okay.
New internet troll communities operate today in a way that is significantly different than old internet troll communities like Anonymous. The commentary community is a group of extremely online drama influencers and their communities that comment on the latest internet controversy of the day. That's still kind of vague though, as a lot of people.
I work and go to school, dog. I'm not terminally online. I have a life. Actually, coincidentally, so huge snowstorm. And my friend's like, "Oh, hey, what's up? I hope you're well." And I was like, "Yeah. How are you?" And he just sent me a picture, like his wife just had a baby. Which I knew she was pregnant. I just didn't think it was today, or yesterday, I guess technically, because I'm in the future. But like, this is so salty about commentary because he's just been a laughingstock. Because then the argument is, like, for instance, Charlie, Moist Critical isn't commentary by nature, but he did, like, he did like log you a little bit and call you out. Would you say Charlie is a snarker? Okay. It's part of the reason why commentary is like so broad. Like it's a lot like React meta commentary. Like it's just broad. That's why I just say I'm just a streamer.
Talk about viral dramas. That's why they're viral. But imagine people who don't just give a 10-minute summary, but instead spend hours and hours going over leaked logs of random internet beefs, as well as doing responses to a response of a video, along with getting into Twitter fights every day and just incestually talking to each other about each other in the most terminally online way possible. The people that I'm thinking of are influencers like Nicholas Diorio, Chud Logic, Turkey Tom, Queeman, Augie, JSDLK, those people. These are just the...
Destiny. Why don't you say Destiny? Because this is what Destiny does too. Weird that you didn't say Destiny. Bizarre. Incredibly bizarre. JSDLK was a part of Destiny's community. He was considerably Destiny's after show before everything blew up. Weird. Weird that you didn't say Destiny. And it's not, and to be fair, it's not just that community as well. Twitch streamers do it too. Look at the fuck what like Tectone is doing. Hassan has participated in it. Turkey Tom really isn't a part of that anymore since he just makes videos. He doesn't stream anymore. I would argue both Hassan and what's it? And Destiny have gone into it. Destiny has covered fucking Google Docs. I know Destiny has covered Google Docs. Like what? Oh God.
People that I've either personally interacted with or watched, and I do not know the full extended cinematic universe of every single commentary creator, though. I'm still going to talk about these people as an examples because I, know about them. These groups and their communities stand in stark contrast to how past internet troll groups work. This is for multiple reasons. Number one, of course, these communities are led by an influencer whose job it is to do this. These people are usually not anonymous. They can gain or lose followers, but this is not a decentralized, amorphous group dependent on a common goal. The communities exist around a single person or live stream or in their kind of Discord, and the leader can kick people out. This leads to a large amount of influence that the influencer has.
Most communities are created by creators who share similar standards, and if a community normalizes mass reporting, then get mass reported, they can't call it out because of the standard that's set. So like, this is going to be the problem, right? And this would be the argument I would actually, if I do get the chance to talk to Stale, I would argue with the idea that not everyone engages in the same way. I have argued again and consistently, I don't like mass reporting. I don't like doxing. It's been my standard, continually is my standard. Like a perfect example, like I always feel a little bit awkward with and I don't know if I ever said this publicly. I think I have, but who the fuck knows? I've always felt a little bit uncomfortable with doing sometimes Lolcow content because by the time I get there, their whole fucking name and address is out. And it usually is, here's Andy Ditch, who lives in Akron, Ohio. I don't remember if he's from Ohio. But like, it's one of those things where it's like, oh, I feel weird because it's just like a random fucker on the internet. But like, again, it's also kind of a fundamental misunderstanding of how communities work because communities have different standards. The upper part of commentary, your Adam McIntyre, even your Danky Jabbo and stuff like that, those people, maybe less Danky, but I believe McIntyre, or Riley for instance, these people don't have any issues with doxing. Not really. Because they see the person as like so ontologically evil that they wouldn't necessarily have a problem. And these are the examples I'm using. I don't know if they have or haven't, but they don't see doxing the same way we do because they've reached a level where the person they're covering often isn't someone who can touch them. And if they do touch them, well, it's more content. I'm not saying Danky Jabbo has doxed anybody, and I want to make that very clear. I'm just giving examples of like normie commentary and how normie commentary does have different standards. I don't know if any of those creators have ever like reported somebody's like fucking here's X real name and home and where they like live. It's just one of those things where it's like, but that happens and people have different standards, right? There are some that are like, hey, listen, it's art, like the Wonder video that we saw on the Oris girl or on Oris cosplays, which Danky Jabbo allegedly made a video and it made people who watched our coverage very unhappy. And apparently he just blames the dad like a lot, which again, the dad is weird, but like Oris is still a person. Nick is Not Green is a really perfect example. Nick is Not Green got called out for wanting to mass report Sneeko. And that was a big thing where it's like, listen, don't do that. That's really fucking stupid. So we do have different standards. Yeah, branding Buckingham is a thing. So here's the thing with the Buckingham stuff, if I'm going to be honest. I always made the argument I don't think it ever needed to be done, but I did see why they thought it was. I don't agree with it. I would recommend against it always. But at that point, they all wanted Scorched Earth. Sacramento, who we now know as fuck if I remember, was it I can't remember their names. Sacramento, Left 4 Dead. We're like kind of inching closer and closer to like their personal lives and even like why he was sick. I don't agree with it. I don't agree with the doxing. I really don't. But at a certain point I understood why they did it. I just didn't agree with it.
Over these people who will do what they ask, say the arguments that they make.
Rowan, that's what her fucking name was.
And if they step out of line, they'll just get kicked out. This relationship is mostly one way. Real significant consequences or feedback comes less from the fans and more from other creators. And two, it's content, not reality. People join these communities because it's entertaining. They saw a YouTube video, a clip, a tweet, a live stream, and they joined not for a common cause or goal, but just because it's fun. And although somebody may be a fan of certain creators, the people on screen are barely real to the viewers. And this is regardless of the seriousness of the content or drama that the creators are involved in. Sure, sometimes the content or drama is simply two influencers talking shit about one another on Twitter. But other dramas or content will be about if a content creator sexually assaulted somebody or not. And even for a serious topic like that, this really is just entertainment for most people.
Okay, so the analysis is the entertainment. To be fair, it's the analysis. And again, Destiny has also people like Destiny have also engaged in this, and I know this guy's from DGG. So, okay, I will literally highlight something, and I will tell you why I know Destiny engaged with this. Years ago, Pokimane and the rest of offline TV, this is far, I'm pulling something out, had a drama with a guy, with some fucking white dude that is no longer associated with them. And you want to know who like read the documents and got people involved to talk about things? It was Destiny. Destiny talked to people associated with that drama. Which is okay. And he's talked about other current dramas and events. And the only reason I'm harping on Destiny is because I know Stale is like former or current DGG. And it's just like, everyone is a part of this. This is reaction content. Part of the reaction is allegations. Now, not everybody does that, but we are people that do that. It's the same way. I can't believe I'm about to say this. It's the same way people reacted to the Epstein files. This is like, the Epstein files are content. Like, I hate to say that. Epstein files are content. The way people are reading them, the way people are waiting for analysis online about them, the way people are talking about them and reacting to them and cutting videos on them, it is content. Now, whether or not you view the content as morally good, whether you view the content as, or the creator views the content as a moral positive, that's a different story. It also depends on the way they handle it. And I do think that the way you handle it really matters. But at the end of the day, if you want to take the piss out of like sexual assault allegations, because they are in their own right insane and off basis and potentially life-ruling allegations that are later proven false or don't really test the muster. Yeah. Like a perfect example is the Nick Nocturne stuff that we've covered multiple times. When we got to the allegations of like a grooming an adult, it was clearly a parasocial fan who continued to engage and like try to stalk that creator. Even with the Shay document, if you were here for the Shay document, where we're sitting here and be like, yeah, Shay's not a great person, but there's other not so great people in the story because you're all discussing casual sex. You guys then have casual relations, and then none of you are talking because you're all like fucking too immature to have like polyamorous in-community casual relations. And again, Shay's not a great person, and I fucking stuck to that, but I always said if Shay stuck around, they could have beat it. Oh, I fucking will sit here and say that. If Shay wasn't such a pussy, they could have beat it.
It rarely occurs to viewers that these are real people taking real action and levying serious allegations against others that have material consequences. I'll go over a terminally online example that recently just happened to prove this. Recently, there was a scandal where Turkey Tom got accused of sexual assault by multiple women. A bunch of people jumped onto this controversy and had videos out within days, if not hours. And later on, Turkey Tom came out with a response video that was well received by the public.
Weeks later, it wasn't like everyone did it and then Tom immediately responded. Tom took his time, and it is content. It's a massive commentary streamer in the space having sexual assault allegations. 2 hours. Yeah. Like, okay. Let's see where he's going. I'm pause-anding him right now.
And now people are saying that the assault allegations were false and then people jumped the gun on concluding things. I haven't spent the hours reading the details of the situation, so I have no idea if the accusations were true or if he was redeemed, but what I can say is that the situation is serious. It is a big deal.
So here's the thing. Everyone called it allegations. I myself covered it, called it allegations. Diorio covered it himself and called it allegations. Chud covered it himself and called it allegations. No one said that they were real. Everyone identified what the issues were. Okay, so I hate when people do this. This is fundamentally a bad video off rip, and I will tell you why. If you do not do the research on the example you use in a scripted video and identify where you think people went wrong in the analysis, what's happening is that it's a Vincent Martin thing to do. I come in, explain the analysis that multiple people do, and this point is immediately moot. This point is immediately moot. Because like people didn't. The argument is that not enough people covered the allegations. Not like, I'll be honest, if there was one drama that I found particularly that a lot of people jumped the gun, even though I came to similar conclusions, it was the Leaping Lemur stuff. The Leaping Lemur stuff is a lot of where I saw a lot of people jump the gun. Because either people went on one side and said that he's like a fucking Uber rapist, or other people said it was the biggest nothing burger known to man. Where it was something in the middle, where it's, yes, Leaping Lemur, fucking weirdo. Those messages are fucking embarrassing and hilarious. However, the person he was dating at the time constantly talked about how she was used to drinking, that she was doing these things, and that she did want to essentially ruin him. And people told him to not date her because she had a fucking schizo reputation. It's ultimately on him, and I constantly said that as the 21-year-old in that relationship, regardless of how you feel about it, especially in America, about supplying someone younger than you of a reasonable age, it was like a 2 to 3 year age gap. It doesn't matter. He still was supposed to be responsible for that. But again, this is a fucking tourist. You do not understand this community at all.
If somebody sexually assaulted multiple people, or if there were multiple false allegations of sexual assault against somebody. Both are serious. It's not just content. Either situation could ruin lives, and I think it's important to get that stuff right. But most viewers don't think of it that way. It's just entertainment for people. Another interesting dynamic about these influencer and snark communities is toxicity on levels that surpass even the most obviously toxic ones like 4chan. Sure, these communities are too woke to call you the F-slur, but if you interact with them, there's about a 50-50 chance that they will immediately call you a pedophile. Here is a tweet from...
Oh my God! No! Oh no! Oh, he was so salty about that. Oh, he was so fucking salty. No! Oh no, he didn't get the joke. Oh no. Dude, it's a troll comment. It's fucking irony. Oh no. This is part of your irony scale. Why would you put this in your fucking video?
Tried logic that demonstrates this. I disagreed with him on a recent TOS strike that happened to him on his channel.
No. You made an assumption about why the TOS strike happened. You didn't disagree with him. This is you saying you believed it was due to the title. You made a uneducated guess about why it happened, and you're still missing the point. Oh, I have to fucking... Oh, I'm gonna have to rewrite... I have to rewatch this and write this down. Chat. Someone who loves me, write down my points. I'm tasking you, chatter, in the fucking Discord. Or in the comments. Write down my... No, in the Discord. Write down my fucking points with timestamps. Or even in the fucking thing. I'm too tired. Oh, fuck me. Retroactively go to all my points.
Where I said that if he didn't want to get a strike, maybe he shouldn't be so aggressive with either his content or his stream title. And he immediately ignored the substance of the point.
You said an aggressive title. You didn't say the content. You said the title. Are you stupid? Are you? Fuck me. Oh my God, no, you fucking asshole. You said the title. You didn't say content. You said title. And again, if you didn't even engage with the stream, how the fuck did you engage with it? How do you know the substantive comments that are being made within the stream that would have gotten it taken down? Which, hey, fun fact, it went back up.
And just called me a pedophile. The content creator also has an infamous Discord channel called Spicy Chat that throws around these insults like candy. And multiple other of these commentary community people like Queeman, Augie, and JSTLK have toxic communities that the creator is at the very minimum okay with being associated with. These communities will do everything up to but right before direct doxing, which the creator will usually explicitly disavow as long as it's not happening directly in that community. But
yeah, we disavow that. But yes, we're taking
they basically endorse everything up to that point. As long as somebody doesn't cross that one line, everything else is completely fair game for infinite levels of toxicity. And I think this dynamic is bad.
Huh? What was that? Huh? What the fuck happened to his camera?
But they basically endorse everything up to that point. As long as somebody doesn't cross that one line, everything else is completely fair game for infinite levels of toxicity. And I think this dynamic...
What the fuck is happening to his camera? Like, I think does he use like an AI like focuser too? It's so weird, man. I think Stale use a lot of AI. I'll ask Diesel later. What the fuck just happened? Says the person a part of DGG. Yeah, like so many channels have spicy chat. Yeah, there was a cut, but the cut is weird. The cut is very weird. It feels like an AI because like the cut it's the physical camera that moved. That was bizarre. It was the camera movement that like propped weird. But here's the thing, right? A lot of communities, including mine, and specifically mine, I guess, very famously, I've had chatters crash the fuck out because I don't let them actually call someone a pedophile and try to pass that off as an allegation. Very famously, I will name this person's name because they can go fucking die in a fire. I don't give a fuck. So there was a chatter by the name of Ratsoy who was here. She gave us the jar call that we premiered here. It's like a whole big thing. She had been publishing clips of that jar call, constantly publishing it in our Discord. She made allegations that his girlfriend wasn't real and potentially was his sister, that he was kicked out of the apartment that he stayed with Professor Dreadlock, and that his girlfriend may or may not have, and if the girlfriend was real, may or may not have been underaged. That person got bullied out of my community because of those types of statements, ones of which they have never acknowledged. Like it was the thing where it was like, I was never going to allow that at all. It's such an insane thing. And a lot of places don't allow that. But you also just can't constantly control people and chatters from chatting shit. Specifically, that was someone who was marketing themselves as a creator, saying whatever the fuck they wanted to say. Chatters have different standards than creators. If a creator, a perfect example, right? This is an example, and if he's ever in here, iNut will tell you. So iNut's been in my Discord for a very long time. I've known iNut since the first round of Scarlet Reaper stuff, and when I used to be a Diesel mod. And like I used to like because that's where he met, and then the op block started after that. iNut called Lio a child groomer in my fucking Discord. And we had to be like, either come correct or not at all. I don't dislike iNut. Ironically, him and Lio are like weird friends in a weird way. People don't even fucking see it. It's really funny. But I was like, no, you come correct or not at all. And I believe this was at the time, or maybe it was at the time after where Lio was in the Discord for a period of time and that the community started merging. Because believe me, I had a very strong Lio hater community in my Discord. Still do. And I have no qualms about saying that they're not all wrong. But yeah, I didn't, and specifically my mods and other chatters did not, like, we were like, listen, you got to come correct or not at all, because that is the standard that we have set. That's the standard we set. So not every community does that. And I know, because I've watched enough, because the Oreo does this and Chud have done this, they're not going to just propagate false allegations. Their chatters chat shit all the fucking time. Chatters chat shit. Just come correct. Have other criticisms. I will listen. I constantly say this, that Doodle Tones is the one all of the fuckers in the ACC let get away. And I will always say that these fucking people, like, I don't care that Doodles was telling you to not watch Medicare because Medicare is transphobic. Medicare was right. Doodle Tones is a fucking pedophile. Well, I mean, he didn't say that exactly. I said that Doodle Tones is a pedophile. Oh no, I've been in Nick's chat a few times. Yeah, but like Nick doesn't like they maul you if you push like false allegations. That shit happens in a lot of communities. Now listen, I'm not in Queenman's community, but jokes aside that they may or may not make about people, I only know it through Beckett. I don't think that specific community, because it's being mentioned here, would like propagate false allegations. I don't fucking know personally.
Dynamic is bad, even if the creator themselves does not reach the same level of toxicity as their community. And these communities act this way because, one, they think it's all just fun and games and there are no consequences to their actions, and two, there isn't anyone bringing the find out part to them after they have effed around. That mostly applies to the random community members, though. For content creators, there can be a clear financial and clout incentive to constantly make your content more and more edgy. You have crazier titles, more controversial takes, and make bigger and worse insane attacks against other.
Brother, holy fuck. Yeah, the title's sure, but that's everybody. Everyone uses that's Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast did that. Everyone does that in content creation. There are examples of Mr. Beast constantly ramping up his content style, going bigger and better. And there are consequences for the creator when they go too far and out of line. There are very true consequences. Look at the Nuck shit. The Nuck shit is... Okay, no. Fuck the Nuck shit. I'll give you one better. Look at the Mutahar stuff. Harmful and Nicandros kind of went too far. Believing that Mutahar was illegally operating as an engineer in the territory in Canada that he lived in. And lo and behold, the Canadian government where he lives said, we don't fucking give a shit. He's not doing anything illegal. But then you have people like Colleen Ballinger, Shane Dawson, who constantly kept pushing the edge and got fucked around and found out only through people exposing them and people covering it as content, but still covering it fairly. Yeah, there are like video essays that they put PDF and groomer and shit like that on it. Like there are provocatively titled regular video essays. And then people went after them in their own real life and called them out. Nick said, yeah, because you do extend. So it's weird. When things extend to real life, I always say that there has to be like a level of stopping. The James Charles stuff is really interesting. Zaint is now going to smile. Fuck me, but okay. I'll give H3 this. He's a petty motherfucker, and putting that billboard up is fucking hilarious. The hey, James Charles got a case, why is he around fucking billboard is fucking hilarious. And people should be reminded that James Charles like fucked around with people under the age of 18. Like that is like 100% fucked. And the fact that like nothing has ever happened to James and he's like weaseled his way into a career, came back. But guess what? That is provocative and done for entertainment. H3 isn't just necessarily doing it out of the kindness of his heart. He is doing it for entertainment value, but it has a point.
Other content creators. In the past, the feedback loop that would prevent people from being like this was that you'd get, doxxed and harassed in return. And the modern day equivalent consequence that I advocate—
Yes, okay, these jump cuts are using AI. Okay, so these are AI cuts. I can tell you right now that they're AI cuts because of the camera moved inside of it.
was that you'd get, doxxed and harassed.
Unless he's editing the camera live and he's like using like a remote camera to move it, that was fucking weird. Yeah, Jake Doolittle's a great example. We made fun of his fucking trick knees. Nick is not green, great example of somebody who constantly apologized, but eventually got there in the end.
Harassed in return. And the modern day equivalent consequence that I advocate for in response to this behavior is mass on-platform terms of service reports against the offending parties.
So you're advocating for mass report brigading, which is also against TOS. What you're encouraging is against TOS. If I remember correctly, I have to double check. Stale, why are you doing that? Because so the reason we have this rules of engagement is that anyone can weaponize TOS, and YouTube doesn't always exact person identified checks. No, it is. Yeah, he's Stale trying not to fucking advocate against TOS Challenge Impossible. He's done it again. First Reddit, now YouTube. It's mentioned whenever someone says this shit on video. Yeah, it's true.
Yes, mass reporting. Both because you're allowed to do reports. It's obviously not illegal to go through proper recommended TOS channels to report somebody.
It's not a legality thing. TOS is not. Okay, so TOS is legality company side. Consumer side, TOS is, that's not how TOS works. It's an in-company reporting system for the consumer.
And also because somebody getting their account banned can be a serious consequence that causes a person real harm. And
you're just so mad at Chud that he called you a pedophile. Holy fuck, dude. This is petty. Yeah, this is shitty petty. Yeah, you're allowed to call the cops too, but if you make a false report, you get shit for it. Yeah, exactly. Because how are you policing if people are making false reports?
intentionally causing this real harm to your target for the same reason that people were getting doxxed back in the old school, internet hacking forums. It's to create a feedback loop, a method of accountability, a consequence that stops the worst of the worst actors from...
But these are not the worst of the worst actors. You haven't identified what they've done to be the worst of the worst actors. They're not pushing false allegations. The only one that you showed was Chud jokingly calling you a pedophile because you kind of look like one. Oh, stale. Oh, stale, buddy. Well, this is going to be fun.
Destroying a community, except reports are legal and allowed, unlike the stuff that happened in hacking communities 15 years ago. Which gets to my next topic, which is a violent allergic reaction to accountability or real consequences among these communities. Outside of the obvious stuff like doxing, the worst sin that you can engage in against one of these content creators or their communities is a terms of service report.
This guy's also he's also pro-doxing. So let's keep it a buck. This is a pro-doxing take. He wants full life ruination. Yeah, it's a pro-doxing take. Oh, stale. Stale is really stupid. Stale is very stupid. Oh, stale. People will not be kind when this happens because this is unironically the fuck around and find out statement. So someone doxes him, it should be fair game according to him. Yeah, unfortunately, yes. And to be fair, I don't want stale. I don't want stale doxed. Holy fuck, do I never want... I don't like when people get doxed in general. And when he was in Anon, it was okay because he wasn't a public figure. He's now a public figure.
On one of their internet platforms that they use. TOS reports are an irredeemable sin, regardless if the TOS report was correct or
No,
not.
I'm not saying anyone... Okay, to be fair, I'm not saying anybody in this community or in a lot of other communities are saying that stale deserves or should be doxed. But the problem is that the reason we always talk about the rules of engagement is because when somebody violates those rules, we can't... It's hard for us to really examine and defend them when it happens to them. The same thing with Brony Fando. I never wanted Brony Fando to be doxed. I can't be surprised if somebody does it. He was never in Listen, I could argue that he wasn't in it and he'll just say, yes, I was. Yes, I was. That's a circular argument that I don't fucking care. I have to both prove a positive and a negative at the same time. Not really substantive in whatever thing that he's just opening the door for himself.
If you report somebody for breaking the rules and they are correctly punished for definitely breaking the rules, that's still a very bad thing to do to content creators. To Steel Man, why a content creator would get so mad about a TOS report, I'd say it's because you're coming after their career. A platform ban does serious monetary harm to somebody. Maybe the first ban doesn't technically ruin somebody's career, but it makes them more vulnerable to other careers. And if you get enough bans, you can literally have your account permabanned. And if that happens, it's basically over for the content creator in a lot of situations. Deplatforming is a big deal. To give another example, a DMCA is also a...
Okay, but why is deplatforming a big deal? Why is deplatforming a big deal? Why don't you examine what the issues are for false DMCA strikes? Why are you not... here's the problem, right? If in this video... so we're 12 minutes in. I don't think Stale's going to do this. If Stale doesn't look at the flip side of false reporting, brigading, and people misusing... Oh, yeah. Thank you for the 2 months, CID Kima.
CID Kima became a member.
Thank you.
CID Kima celebrates 2 months of membership. Man looks like Eddie from Eddie, he scamming FR.
That's really fucking funny. Thank you. Yeah, and DMCA isn't TOS. It is a legal claim from unfortunately from my own personal fucking experience getting false flagged for that shit. It's okay. Let's see. Maybe it's just me, but I think using this anonymous background as justification for mass reporting and doxing being a good thing because anonymous does it is really gross. Yeah, it is. Because these organizations went after governmental bodies and organizations that they felt were harmful, not just your everyday fucking content creator.
Mortal sin and taboo among content creators. And that's because everybody is breaking copyright law all the time. And anyone could ruin anybody else's career instantaneously.
No, fair use exists, Stale. We have fair use now. Or we've not to say we have it now. It's been tested in court. Fair use exists. We're not all just breaking copyright. Yes, we are using things that bend copyright in a specific manner, but it's why fair use exists. It's why that is a standard. It's why, yeah, thanks, Ethan. But then Ethan fucking tries to swing it back the other way. Fucking asshole. It pisses me off to no end. But it's Jesus Christ.
By simply sending 3 DMCAs, which would get them
we will have a special guest in a little bit, I think.
permabanned with almost zero recourse on that platform because they are legitimately breaking copyright law. So I understand why people would dislike the very large negative consequences that comes from either TOS reports or DMCA strikes. But my response to that and the thesis of this video is that beyond creating some social stigma against reports, there's another way to make yourself completely immune to the consequences of being reported. And that is to simply stop breaking the platform rules all the time or stop getting so close to the line that you're in.
You really need to stop using the okay. You really gotta like stop using whatever fuck ed tool that you're using. It's not really working. It's actually the AI editing tool that you're using is really not working. Again, yeah, DMCA isn't a platform rules. It's because YouTube legally had to add DMCA tools into the platform. They legally had to do that.
Falgi pauses long enough, I forget what they were saying, so it's transformative.
Well, it's transformative because it's educational, but thank you, Middleman. I think it's falling down. No, it's I don't know. I don't think it's falling down. Maybe I'm wrong. It's the way that it's moving. It moves like AI, in my opinion. But yeah, like the problem that I'm having with this is that it's like, oh, just stop being edgy. What does that mean? For those who don't remember, like, it's funny because Nerd City kind of fell from grace in a lot of different ways for a lot of different people. But Nerd City made a very good video years ago about YouTube flagging queer and POC tags on videos. That was a big thing because it showed that the algo was fucking with those videos. And then now it's swung the other way where it's like the alt-right stuff that it's been flagged the other way. And that's like it's like a huge thing. So to like quantify like, oh, stop being edgy. That's not the solution. Because again, we are acting within the guise of TOS. What you're asking people to do is weaponize it. Because what you're asking for is mass reporting, because here's what typically happens. They won't just mass report one video. If you are really advocating for a mass reporting and doxing campaign, but let's look at mass reporting campaigns. A mass reporting campaign doesn't stop with one video. They typically flag multiple videos in a row to try to get your channel uber killed. Remember, not necessarily myself, I thought KP would do this because I had multiple videos that she didn't want up. But KP fucking massed the MCA like 5 to 7 videos on Beckett's channel or some shit like that. It was an insane number. An insane number. Yeah, dude wants to just poison the ecosystem.
Did he even read the TOS because they disagree with everything he has said? Like that brigazing is under harassment and bullying.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. These call to actions are technically TOS violations. Oh, this is absolutely stupid.
In a gray area where a pseudo bad faith report might potentially get you banned anyway. Just stop living in this toxic, dangerous gray area where one wrong report might get you banned. Be smart. Move it back 10, 20%. Hesitate. You need to stop doing one of the two following things. Either
you look like a pedophile. Cool. Oh wait, Rags, are you not? Let me on, Rags. Oh, I guess we didn't change it yet. Hello, Rags.
Hello. Hi. How are you?
I'm watching a video of a man like
Well,
advocating
you're watching a video of someone.
Yeah, of a guy advocating for fucking mass flagging.
Yeah, this is the crazy Reddit man. What's his name? Stale.
Yeah.
Stale. Yeah.
Apparently,
I want to say this is I guess as someone who's you've been in the ecosystem a long time here on YouTube, and obviously I have as well. This guy, I guess this guy's channel is probably a fucking gold mine of content.
It is interesting. We watched this irony video, and it's bad because it's not irony. What he describes
a lot of
is
people don't know what irony is. A lot of people actually think that coincidences are irony. When it's like the opposite of irony. But yeah,
he tries to like create like the 4 layers of irony. One of his tiers is lolcowism, when like
I don't know
inherently that's the yeah. I'm
being
like
a lolcow has nothing to do with irony. I mean, it depends on how you become you become a lolcow, I guess.
Well, his
Like you can ironically be seen as a lolcow based off of how you were previously perceived or something like that. But
So I think his argument is that there are more self-aware lolcows than we realize, or that lolcows by nature are self-aware, but that's not true.
it's the opposite.
Yeah, like
The best I mean, you might be able to be it's possible to be a lolcow and be self-aware. But it's not like self-aware in the same way that if someone tries to make a really bad movie on purpose, it doesn't have the same charm or appeal to it. Because Boogie, who is the greatest lolcow, in fact, I don't even think that there's a good second place. But Boogie is an amazing lolcow, but he knows what he is, but he feels like his personality gels with that so well that he's kind of trapped there by his own bad decisions.
yeah.
But he knows what he is. He's on a show called Lolcow Live. He's under no delusions of what's happening. But that still works because of his personality.
Would you not argue that
Christian, no.
Interesting. Very interesting. I'm curious as to why you would not argue Chris Chan, who arguably is the origin point of lolcowism for a lot of people on the internet.
Maybe, but I wouldn't consider the origin of something to be its apex. In fact, it's often the
Fair.
the other way. Like sometimes the first time, I don't think that. I think I don't enjoy Chris Chan content at all. Part of it is because he actually is he's not a psycho in the way that Boogie's a psycho. Boogie's like an insane narcissistic manipulator.
Yeah.
Who thinks that he's really slick and clever oftentimes, but he isn't. Chris Chan is just actually crazy.
Yeah, mentally ill to a degree.
Yeah. It's like when you watch body cam footage, as we all often do. It's very cathartic when you watch police body cam footage. I don't really watch any of the body cam footage that has drunk people in it, because if they're drunk, that's not really them. That's just the alcohol doing everything.
Yeah.
I want to see a person who's actually firing on all cylinders, being an insane psycho crazy person. If they're drunk, then it just doesn't have the same appeal, because that's just the alcohol. You know?
Sure. I mean, I've done body cam streams on people who are drunk, and I see. I'll get enjoyment out of it, but it's always under the guise of. For me, it's always under the guise of you put yourself there by getting drunk because it was a conscious choice to get that level of inebriated for some of the people, especially those where it's open containers in the car, shit like that. Yeah, I don't looking at lolcows over time. It's why I've kind of really enjoyed, personally for me, even though I didn't know him at the time, and I had more chatters that knew of Deadwing Dork, I've really enjoyed the user concept a little bit more, because there are just people on the internet who are just bizarre that don't necessarily fit that lolcow title, but they're just bizarre people. You find them, I found one a year ago now when I think it was the 4th or 5th month of streaming for me. And unfortunately, the guy deleted all the videos. I should have downloaded them a long time ago. It was a gentleman who was teaching men and empowering men to leave sissy porn. And
people who are addicted, people who are addicted to that kind of pornography. And
yes.
Okay.
And the apex is him clearly under the influence, naked in a YouTube video, rubbing himself, slapping himself, and barely hiding his crotch. It is the apex of that fucking stream. And I wish, because I tracked him a little bit. He sold the channel, and then he came back to the channel, and then he deleted the channel. And it fucking made me sad. Every day it made me sad. Because that wasn't a lolcow. That was just lightning in a bottle. That's why I like the user thing a little bit more. Because it's when
you say the user thing, what exactly do you mean?
So the YouTuber Deadwing Dork, has coined the term user for bizarre people on the internet, or bizarre autists on the internet. It came from something that he reacted to, where instead of calling people lolcows, he started calling them users, because it's like users of the internet. We did a stream on it, I want to say sometime last year, where we watched some videos where it like looked at like the concept of that, where it's like, here's this community of people who engage in like VHS collection that happen to be autistic, and one of the things that they do is they'll ground one another when somebody acts up in the community if they say like a bad word. Yeah, I know it's from the Origami Kingdom, a thing that I've tried to look into, but it's kind of immense. But like, yeah, it's a concept that I've liked because I feel like the word lolcow is really expanded, but also lost meaning.
I guess it can be used. Would you have any example just right off the top of your head of someone who's called a lolcow and it doesn't really they don't really slot
World
into
of
the category
T-shirts.
well?
World of T-shirts, in my personal opinion.
Okay, I don't know who that is myself.
So World of T-shirts is a individual. I can't fucking remember his name off the top of my head. Dan something. I think it starts with a D. So essentially, he's a heavily autistic person. Whom, because it's the age of like TikTok lolcows, which get a little weird. He gets drunk. He loves travel. Joshua Block. Thank you. It's Josh Block.
It's your brother, Josh Block.
Fuck off. Fuck you, you fucking asshole. But yeah, so Joshua Block is autistic gentleman whom that travels. I believe he lives in New York, or did live in New York, and he would just get incredibly drunk. And watching him is really weird because it's kind of just the spiral of someone who's clearly into vices, but also just heavily like has like mental health issues, and also like had people take advantage of him. There's like it kind of goes into the extension of, I think this guy is called Mr. Based, if I remember correctly, who acts as Josh's manager, whom at some point Josh is trying to abstain from drinking because it's very obvious that he has a drinking problem, and this guy is just making sure that he's always inebriated, and making sure that he does have like autistic freak out moments where he's like biting himself, jumping on cars in New York City, and like smashing in the windows. Like, it's very deep and depressing lore, and it's always one of those where I was like, calling him a lolcow or even a horror cow, I think doesn't really quantify where that particular persona, that particular person exists on the internet.
I would say that I guess based on that description which is all I know about this character. There is a I guess the Boogie Chris Chan thing is a good example of Boogie has like a personality type.
Yes.
That owes itself perfectly well to being a lolcow.
Mm-hmm.
It is the deception, the narcissism, trying to rely on skills that he doesn't have, being manipulative, things of that nature, like extremely selfish. But that's not like a mental disorder in the same way that like Chris Chan's brain doesn't function or something like that, or someone who's like a homeless weirdo or anything like that who has their wires crossed. I think that once you start getting into that territory, it does start to reach like, oh, this person's actually, they just like need help. They're not a victim of themselves. Maybe that's it, is when someone is someone's their own worst enemy. Someone's a victim of their own scheming or their own personality defects. I mean, the guy here, Pasquale or whatever his name is,
Stale.
He seems to be exactly that. He has no real self-awareness. He's a complete and total victim of his own personality archetype. It's not like he's actually mentally ill or something.
Yeah, and that's why covering him is interesting. Because he is that way. Apparently, if I'm not sick by Friday, I think I have a debate with him that's being set up.
What on?
This particularly regarding the mass reporting, because again, it's mass reporting is still brigading, which is, if I remember correctly, against TOS. So in essence, this video is calling for mass reporting because he's like, oh, just don't be as edgy, and it's like that's not
Whatever that means.
Yeah, it's like it's not like the title of the video wasn't "Death to Jews." Like, come on, like,
Which I wouldn't even like. I mean, if anything, the internet landscape has not gotten better because we've tightened up on edginess. I don't think you'll see many people who say that there should be, there's a lot of incentives and good results that come from things like banning, like torture and gore and war footage and stuff like that. I think we can all get behind that. It's pretty common sense stuff. But making jokes and jabs here and there, saying some naughty words, some, dead baby jokes and things of that nature. Yeah, the internet hasn't gotten better because we've tried to sanitize it to that degree. I don't really, I'm not that interested in a Reddit moderator's opinion an X-Reddit. That's the only thing worse than being a Reddit mod is being an X-Reddit mod who clings to that, really.
Well, that's actually like really funny. I don't know, but the Barrel, if you want to send me a YouTube video, go for it. Well, that's actually really funny because like part of Stale's lore was saying that he didn't break TOS and that the TOS should be modified to let him back on. Because the fact that
he's saying he didn't break TOS by what he did by getting fired.
Yes.
Because I think it maybe shows like how delusional and out of touch he was, but if he did what he did at Reddit at any other place of work in the universe, they'd fire him on the spot, and there might be criminal proceedings for you attempting to essentially represent yourself as somebody that you're not.
At the very least, civil. At the very least, civil.
Yeah, it wouldn't be criminal, but it'd be like you can't. If I work at a hotel at concierge, or if I'm a valet at a hotel and a truck pulls up and a guy from the NFL gets out and says they want to do, they want to try and do a partnership, I can't present myself as the person who is the one to organize all of that and approve everything, and especially not even tell the higher ups about it. Like that's insane that he thought. The fucking audacity of him to be a Reddit mod and think that he was, capable of doing that. Of course they'd fire him. This guy's brain has his wires crossed.
Well, yeah, and that's essentially like part of the issue with it is I don't think Stale, like, and again, Stale's whole thing was that at first he's like, I didn't do anything wrong, and like he was like, I'm a victim of the scamming. And then it then becomes, no, guys, you don't understand. This is post irony. You guys don't understand. I'm actually really funny, and the whole Reddit mod should be treated as celebrities was a joke. On the backdrop of you being removed for violations of terms of service, which you argue is not the violation. Furthermore, you're arguing that Reddit mods should be paid and given legal assistance.
Yeah, that's insane. Yeah, he obviously he's been so caught up in that culture, or he has the kind of personality type where he thinks that being a Reddit moderator is akin to being like a position of actual respect and notoriety.
Yeah, exactly. It's basically, it's crazy. I want to see where the rest of this video goes because I'm really curious how he fucking ties this together. Let's see.
Stop being so toxic and associating with yourself with this toxicity and these communities so much. Or 2, stop being stupid about it. You can be toxic or you can be stupid.
Oh, I can't.
You can't be both stupid and toxic.
You can't
see it or hear it.
Oh wait, no,
I can't see it or hear it.
I know. I did the what?
Oh, are you on a stream thing?
Yeah, I did it in Discord.
I didn't hear that blink blink.
Plink plink, plink plink, plink plink.
At the same time. You should think about it. You should put in the work to defend your claims so that you can stand by them. More specifically, this entails a few things. First, you need to stop playing these games where you pretend like you aren't associated with toxic crazies that make you vulnerable and easy targets for reports. To call out some people, Shadowlogic has Spicy Chat, he has an ultra toxic editor named DK or something, and he is very hyperbolic and apparently quick to throw around.
Oh, I should also say that this guy is like a DGGer, like a Destiny guy. So the irony kind of oozes a little bit. I don't know.
Because Destiny is obviously he's a super edgy boy.
Yeah. No, Rags, he's super clean. He definitely hasn't asked this community for the doxes of his enemies.
Destiny's a bit of a psycho. I don't know if that's I don't know if that should be your guy.
Yeah, definitely not as a problem.
Shadow accusations. And then people like Cleveland and JSTLK have some pretty toxic fans and communities as well
JSTLK,
that they're
never
okay
anyone
with as
say
long as they
heard
don't.
anyone say that.
No, yeah,
Never
just
anyone heard JSTLK. First
yeah.
off, what a terrible name. How, regardless of how I feel about him, he seems alright, I guess. But like, I've never heard, like, why would you, JSTLK is what does that mean?
I don't know what Justilk's name actually means. To be fair, I don't know him personally. I've never asked. I see people calling him Jew Stalker. To be fair, I don't fucking know. I've never been presumptuous. I don't really. There's like a level of commentary that I'm not to say that I don't like associate with. I just don't like. Personally, for me, I don't care for like the poll mix of it. Just not for me.
Sure.
Across some magic line of just this doxing stuff. And even, I guess, JSTLK had another insano editor called Ryle Kittenhouse who was doing some crazy stuff. I forget where the drama is. But I feel like
He keeps doing this in this video.
Oh, well, you could check for your video you're putting on YouTube to try and prove a point. I mean, you could do like the bare minimum of like, oh, I think this person did something. I don't know what it is, but whatever. I'll offer him up as an example of something to try and prove my point. But I'm not gonna like find out why.
For the love of God, you could just he did this again with like he's like, oh, I'll try to remember the Turkey Tom allegations off rip. I don't know how they reported the Turkey Tom allegations.
It happened.
Yeah, because this is off.
It happened yesterday on internet time.
Yeah, it's very silly. At technically or internet time, it happened 3 years ago. Who knows?
you could have found a different editor. And my point isn't any one of those things. I'm not demanding that you fire one of your editors, but it more demonstrates a pattern of behavior of how you got into this mess. These content creators are always pushing the line. They are not trying to be safe.
Wait,
They
so
are
he's
engaging in
saying that people who get mass reported typically deserve it?
Yes. And what he's doing is that mass reporting is an option if you feel that someone is pushing the envelope.
Is he speaking like morally speaking or TOS?
That's the issue. He's saying TOS, but it sounds more like morals, because so the context, the Chud and Nicholas Diorio shit happens. Chud's latest response video gets taken down for a joke about Ethan Klein shekels. At the time, Stale doesn't know this and assumes it's about the title or the thumbnail of the video, which is just calling Diorio a pig. Which again, like I'm gonna be honest, I'm more on Diorio's side when it came to this, and I really am neutral on both of them.
I'll just say I'm decent buddies with Nicholas, and I think that Chud's in the wrong generally. But I call him the pig stuff. You could be allowed to do it. It's lowbrow. It says more about you than him, but like you should be able to do it. It's a bit schoolyard, but it's fair. You could do it.
Yeah, and that was the thing, was just I think that in a fairness, you should just be able to do that. Nick has had provocative titles too. Who the fuck cares?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's fine. Let him.
Yeah. Yeah, because I don't know. I've said this. I said this the day of the stream. Like, I don't really have any interactions with Nick. Teehee haha. Nick's blocked me on Twitter. Still to this day, I will never know why. I think it's actually funny. And I've had positive interactions with Chud, but I'm not like in his orbit. So like I look at the things like fairly, and regardless of that, we shouldn't be mass flagging a fucking Ethan Klein joke of all things.
Yeah, and a lot of the times too is you have no idea where these mass flags come from necessarily.
Yeah.
A lot of the times it's happened a lot during the Gamergate stuff. Was you just have third parties who'd go out who want to sow mischief.
Yes,
and they would mass flag this person, mass flag that person, and like it wouldn't actually be anybody involved. Anyone could do it and either point the finger at the other person for doing it. It's just really messy. You have no idea where it comes from sometimes.
And that's something interesting too. And like Stale's not really recognizing that, which is part of the issue, is that when you encourage something like mass flagging, mass reporting as a way of correcting people from saying whatever they want to say, what's happening is that you're also you're encouraging people to manufacture drama. You're encouraging, because there could have been people who don't like Chud and Nick who then start a fucking mass report war on all of their videos.
Right, tons of people who don't like them. Don't like either of them.
Yeah. And that's like a huge thing, is like, you don't want that, because at the end of the day, like, who does that doesn't serve either of them. It serves the random third party. It's why we have these rules of engagement, because we set it up so when the rules of engagement are there, we can make reasonable assumptions and claims that the person I'm engaging with would not stoop this low.
Yeah, you don't want to develop a sort of internet culture that owes itself to these kinds of meta attacks. That's just bad for everybody, and you don't want to live on that internet.
Yeah. I also, from what I can understand, I think Stale is kind of pro-doxing, which is interesting, because he's like, I was part of Anonymous when I was in my 20s. It's like,
Sure.
Sure, buddy. Whatever you say.
No, you were anonymous when you were in your 20s. That's what he means. Like, can we talk? We need to have a discussion here, though, about what the fuck is going on with this room.
Okay,
so he's got so we work our way from left to right in this bizarre room. All right, he's got I wish Nicholas Dorio was here so he could tell us which pinball machine this was. He'd be able to spot it in a second.
Yeah, you should send a picture and be like, "Hey, Nick, what is this fucking pinball
Nicholas,
machine?"
what is this? What is this? He's got a dehumidifier, it looks like, which is fair, I guess. You know, I've got a dehumidifier set up because I got like Pokemon cards and electronics and stuff and guns. So you want to keep the place kind of dehumidified.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. What's that white line that's coming up from behind it?
So he has lights behind the couch.
Oh, that's like a lamp. Okay.
Yeah, well, it's
no.
like RGB light, because sometimes it'll be purple.
Oh, that white strip, that white line above the dehumidifier, that's an RGB strip?
Oh, this thing? I thought you were talking about the fucking...
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about the light. I don't know what the fuck...
No, I know what a light is. I mean, I'm talking about the...
I don't know what the fuck
line
this thing
behind
is.
the dehumidifier.
It's scary. I don't know.
What is that? Is it a lamp? No, because it's bent a little bit. It's like a cord.
Yeah.
That's connected to something.
I have no
Chat,
fucking
what is
clue.
that?
I don't even know.
Tell us what it is, chat. And okay, you've got the black couch, you've got the world's most unappealing
Basic black
couch in the
couch,
universe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is like, okay, I guess. You've got the black rug, but there's a fireplace on the right-hand side.
The fireplace is interesting.
The fireplace, and it's surrounded by a white wall. Now, obviously, he doesn't use it. He's terrified of flames. But the idea that you have a fireplace on your wall and it's surrounded by just like white paint, and it's not even dressed up to look like it could be functional or would ever actually be used.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
I think what bothers me the most is he has this expensive ass fucking LED microphone, no fucking pop filter. And so every P is plosive as a motherfucker.
The gay ass microphone that's glowing with all, oh man.
Do you want to know
we have to be fair, and we have to address the elephant in the room, which is that diabolical scalp. Holy shit, man. That is insane.
So bad.
That is actually insane.
Like, his haircut is not doing him any favors because he does look like a pedophile, which is what he's actually mad about.
You need to remove that, man. You gotta, like, all of it. I guess if you're really stubborn, you can keep what's on the side.
Yeah.
But that thing on the top, that little
it's gotta go.
You gotta take that off, man. What the fuck are you doing, man?
It looks painted on. Like he literally looks like a toy.
Sticker.
Yeah. Oh, you want to know the worst part about this room? So we're at like what? 1513. Where is it? Here's the worst part about this room.
I can already tell based off of the preview. Jesus Christ.
It's a green screen. It's a green screen of his own room because he didn't want to edit it in post.
The lighting on his face and his body. The fact that there's the little blubs on the where it says blue on the microphone.
Yes.
Like, is your background so bad that? I mean, I guess he felt the background at whatever point that was so bad that he needed to use a green screen. But you didn't just have like some sort of an abstract background or whatever. It's
Well,
like,
he does have abstract backgrounds. He uses the fucking thing all the time.
Yeah.
And
That's how everyone discovered him when he was using the
because he was just in the
weird
green
one.
screen. But that's what I'm saying. Like he uses the fucking green screen, and it's like who is Al Wicken, the chicken guy? Oh, he does look like Al from a Toy Story 2. You are right. That's
Al
fucked
Wiggum?
up.
Oh,
It's the guy that
Al
steals.
McWiggum,
Yeah, the guy who
Al's
steals Woody.
Toy Barn.
That's really weird because we actually started
Al's Toy Barn.
this part of the story talking about fucking Toy Story 5 and it's devoid from life and making fucking Woody bald, even though that was already a thing that happened in the second movie. God,
It has been a while.
Has been
I
a
will say
while?
Toy Story 4 is one of the shittiest movies I've ever seen. I hate
Yeah,
that shitty film.
It's not great. It's serviceable, but
No,
like
it's terrible.
so here's how I look at 4. 3 is such a good finale that 4 is serviceable nostalgia bait, but it's a bad film. It's just a bad film because it doesn't. 4 serves no
a second ago, it was
purpose.
serviceable.
It is serviceable. I'm explaining it. Oh my god. It's serviceable for nostalgia bait, but it is a bad film on its face. I
think that I would say that it's worse. The more familiar you are with the characters and the movies, the worse 4 is.
Yes, I would agree.
So it's not good for nostalgia. Or it's wearing the veneer. But it's trying to be so new, and it breaks up the characters and completely regresses the arcs of Woody and Buzz and defeats the entire point of the first 2 films. Look, we're not going to talk about this because we're going to get into a rabbit hole how much I fucking hate Toy Story 4 so much, and if you like it, you're wrong.
Watch EFAP today, I guess.
Last Dono, Woody's touch-up guy is probably skull emoji.
Dead? Yes, true.
He's fucking dead. Absolutely. Gerald, I think
Gerald
is his name because they use
Gerald is super
Don't
dead.
they use him from Gerald's game at the beginning of Bug's Life? Isn't that the same character essentially?
I think
that they
so.
use?
I think so.
Oh, he's fucking dead. Absolutely. It's like all those animals from Homeward Bound. Oh, they're dead.
Yeah.
Oh, they're dead.
Oh,
100%.
that's so true. Yeah, well, I mean, they were probably dead when that fucking movie. No, they weren't dead when that movie came out. God, I haven't watched Homeward Bound in a while. I think I only saw the first 2. I think there's 3.
Homeward
Jeez.
Bounds?
Yeah, isn't there like 3?
I didn't know. I didn't know that there was 3. I just know of the first one.
Isn't there like a sequel? Am I crazy? Not see now.
Maybe.
Homeward. Oh god, I can't spell.
Can I hear you typing?
Yeah, you can.
How? How is that possible?
I put it in Opera. I have it set up.
Or you can hear your typing?
Yep.
Oh, maybe for the stream it helps.
It actually helps me. It helps me write. I like a tactile thing.
So or
sound
has
tile.
nothing to do with
this.
Yeah.
I don't know. My brain does things. It tells me that it's okay. So there is a second movie. There is a sequel movie to Homeward Bound called Homeward Lost in LA. I think. Yeah.
Because something has to happen because they did get home. So if you're going to have a sequel, there has to be some kind of a calamity that makes them leave home so that the cycle can begin anew.
Yeah. I mean, how do you feel about the multitude of Air Bud movies?
I have no opinions on the Air Bud movies. I've never seen them. I know of them. I know that there's a lot of them, right? There's like, isn't there like 3 Air Bud movies and there's like 2 shoot-offs, or there's like a Air Puppy or whatever?
How many Air Bud movies are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So you have Air Bud.
Jesus Christ.
You have there's 14 films. Fuck me.
God damn.
because you have Airbud like as Air Bud, and then it will devolve into Air Buddies or Disney's Buddies, which happened in 2006, but the original movie came out in 97. Christ. Yeah, you have
There's no
Air
rule
Bud.
that says a dog can't play basketball. All right.
Yeah.
Which I think might technically be true. I think in the rulebook it doesn't actually specify that the players have to be humans.
Yeah,
An incredible loophole upon which the plot of Air Bud capitalized upon brilliantly.
But you know what? It was a great moment. It was a great moment. All right, let's try to finish this fucking shit ass video.
Actions that they know are both toxic and risky. They are effing around. But to give a smart example where I think somebody was doing the right thing was when I saw a clip of also JSTLK related to me. He was debating about whether he should react to some crash out live stream that I did because he was worried that I might DMCA it or something. I would not have, by the way. A bunch of people reacted to that already. So, I can't, DMCA that off the internet. And although I have my disagreements with JSTLK, he's nowhere near the point where I'd really try to go after him or deplatform.
You could have tried though.
You could have tried and failed. You seem like the exact. I don't know if I could think of someone who would DMCA things more than you, based on what little I know of you. You're the poster child for false DMCA strikes, even if you didn't do it. It's like how Johnny Vegas once said that he was invited to speak on a conference for diabetes and he doesn't have it.
like, come on. Like, it's like, oh, but I wouldn't do it. Well, then don't take your streams down. Stop taking your streams down. Just leave them up for people to engage with.
Do you not stand by them? I stand by my streams.
Yeah. Like he did, and I will say this, Stale did, through a third party, give me his scripting stream. Because I said that I'd like to see the scripting stream, so I actually give it a fair shake of trying to understand where he's coming from. Because there may be some things lost in translation from the video between scripting, because that happens. Right now, this video is not his best foot forward, though. Very much not. A haircut?
Well, I mean, like, which video is his best foot forward? It seems to be just one calamity after the next.
That's
this
true.
man's reputation is dire. However, all that being said, he's just one good video away from turning around everything.
One more video, Stale.
He makes that one good video, and everything will change, and we'll all be on his side.
I'll admit defeat.
Him in any way. But I bring this up as an example of somebody hesitating, and I respect that. Not because he's being nice to me. He doesn't have to be nice. He's nowhere close to being somebody that I'd ever come after. But I respect the hesitation because it shows real fear and it affects his actions. I know the bumbling Reddit mod who looks funny persona that I play throws.
This is like when Tarkin looks at Darth Vader and says, "Fear will keep the systems in line."
I swear to Christ. A fucking moron. Real fair.
He was afraid. I made him, just the fact that he might be DMCA'd gave him fear so that he wouldn't cover me. And I'm like, when someone's saying those words, when it's coming out of that face, he looks like what happened if Boss Baby grew up. He's what
oh my god.
Like. Oh my goodness.
Listen, the only fucking thing that fears you is the fucking school zone. Oh, fuck me. Also, settle the debate for me, movie man. Is this not okay, so in this, there'll be weird movements of the camera. I think it's like AI frame blending.
To me, he doesn't have to be nice.
I'd have to really pay attention and look, but it could also be sometimes when people put their elbows or something on the table and it wobbles the table a little bit. It'll do that to the camera too because it's attached to it.
Mine does. Mine does.
Yeah, that can happen sometimes with people.
But I'm gonna go back and I'm going to put it at regular speed, and you tell me. Because it happened in this section.
He's nowhere close to being somebody that I'd ever come after. But I respect the hesitation because it shows real fear and it affects his actions. I know the bumbling Reddit mod who looks funny persona that I play throws off most people.
Like that.
Yeah, it's tracking. Yeah. He's got like a face tracking thing. And what's going on with the microphone? The back of the microphone where it's like, it looks like he's in a desert. There's like a mirage in the desert.
Yeah, the warping. Yeah.
What's going on?
So I think
just film yourself normally, you freak. And put on an
he's-
undershirt. Jesus
he's
Christ.
such
What's
a
going
fucking
on?
AI, bro. That it's like you can't even fucking put your camera in the correct spot. It's not that
Like
hard.
you're just sitting there. Your head is not going to depart so far from the borders of the middle area of the camera that it needs to be tracked. Now it's just weird. What was that noise? What did you do? Uh-oh. Sorry, I cannot believe I called you Nuxtaku. I looked down and I saw Nut Taker and I accidentally called you Nuxtaku.
You called me Nuxtaku.
I'm sorry.
You fucking bastard.
Here's the thing. I saw an anime character and Nut Taker, and I accidentally looked down and it said Nuxtaku because he's been in the
You
news.
fucking asshole.
That was a legitimate accident.
What you fucking
I would never call you. I would never call anyone Nuxtaku. I don't know if I'd call my worst enemy Nuxtaku.
Bro, that's oh that got the fucking holy shit.
Nut Taker.
This is where the divorce begins. Nah, I like Rags way too much. I'm gonna be honest.
I enjoy the submissive and breedable energy of the name Nut Taker.
Thank you. You know what? It's supposed to lead you in, and so when you're on your back, it's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Listen.
Why are you streaming at 2 in the morning?
I didn't expect to go this late. I kind of I saw parts of this video, and I just got really annoyed with the idea of encouraging brigading against people you don't like as a means of weaponizing TOS because they say things in a way that you don't appreciate. I don't know why that just really fucking annoys me.
The fucking thumbnail you chose, Jesus Christ.
So my mod Paizy K makes these memes, and since she made the meme for the last one, I asked her to make it for this one. It was fucking hilarious.
You don't have to do anything to his face. You don't have to do anything to him. I think by changing anything on his face, you've kind of he should stand on his own.
Yeah.
How
I
could you
think she does a
possibly
good job.
improve this?
Let's
What's his name? Scale 2000 or something?
Stale STALE 2000.
Stale 2000. I might want to actually download Stale 2000. So I have a copy of it. Mass reporting is good 6 hours ago. Yeah, first fucking frame. Jesus Christ,
It's fucking insane. His videos
we're gonna make
are
sure to
wild.
get a local copy of this because it might disappear.
Oh yeah, I already know somebody put on a preserve tube. It's already there.
It's a good thing to have. It's a good thing to have here. Paste link. There we go. Boom. We're saving that.
This is it's so interesting because it's like, yeah, he tries to explain the commentary community and synonymously calls it the snark community, and I'm like, that's not what commentary is. Commentary is not. Are there people that snark? Sure. But some of the snarking also happens in what people would consider the normie commentary community with your Adam McIntyres or the other people like that. Like there are normie commentators that also snark. It just happens.
Have you looked through his videos tab at some of these?
Oh, yes. So we looked at, oh God, let me go. Fuck. Forgot that's the fucking frame of the live stream I'm allowed to watch.
He's got some, because a lot of them are quite small. Actually, there's 4 10 minutes. Moderators as creators, live streaming needs to change right now.
Okay, so if you want to see a funny stale video, here we go. Here it is. Oh, please don't own my asshole,
are you worried
J.K.
about
Rowling.
Copyright? Yeah. this is John
JK,
Williams,
JK, don't own my ass.
Yeah,
Are relevant
this will
fodder,
be.
And I challenge you to a magical debate, Lord Infrared Mort. Expecto debate, bro.
By the way,
accept your challenge.
I think he just actually can't tie a tie. It's not a joke. He just doesn't know how to tie a tie.
Yeah, I think so too. I also think he doesn't really
have any positive qualities whatsoever.
I don't think he washes his hair.
What
it's
hair?
Always so he has more strands of hair. This is like a 4-year-old video. He has more strands of hair here, but I just don't think he washes it at all.
It'll only take him a couple seconds in the shower. There's not much to wash.
I mean, it's just really washing his scalp at this point. It's like, you know, it's like seeding the ground, really.
Irrelevant Potter. Hey, wait a minute. Isn't irrelevant black? I used magic, the polyjuice potion. Calara Blanco. There's no blackface in this video. Blah, it matters not.
Blackface 4 years ago. What a joke.
Pretend I had sex with your girlfriend. Victripicus totalis, your arguments are made in malice. You call me bad faith? I'll show you bad faith. Avada, you're a pedo. Reverso uno.
So this is what makes it really interesting. So I'm pretty sure he made the mass flagging video because Chud Logic called him the pedophile because he looks like one.
He looks uncannily like a pedophile.
Yeah,
It's a tragedy of genetics.
it is. And it's just like 4 years ago, you made a video with the joke of somebody calling each other, like people calling each other pedophiles. You can't undo this joke. It exists in your lexicon, fuckface.
That spell, what does it do? You know how you just called me a pedo? Yes, it was my most powerful debate tactic. Have you considered that actually you're the real pedo? No, I've been defeated.
That was pretty good.
Honestly, 10
You
out
should
of 10.
keep making those. He's one
He's
skid away from.
He's one
just
skid
one
away.
Harry Potter skid away from completely reinventing the YouTube landscape. He'd be a pioneer.
He really does. He really needs Rogaine. Holy shit. He really does need Rogaine. Just take it all off, brother. You can save it. Take it all off.
Or wear a hat, or do like, or just be like, you know what? I'm bald and I'm wearing a toupee, and that's just a thing. And it's like an in joke. He's like, yep, I'm bald and I wear a toupee because it looks better, and everyone would be like, okay, I mean,
fuck the toupee. Wear wigs. Just get different colored wigs. I'd respect.
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
get a
Wear
weave.
crazy wigs every single time
Start
because you've embraced the joke of your hairline is diabolical. So you just make an insane wig every time. A new wig. You have a massive list of crazy wigs and hats that you wear constantly.
Start speaking Ebonics. Start like wearing weaves. And like take pictures at the local fucking head shop. I don't know what to tell you.
Head shop.
Imagine this guy fucking zooted out of his mind. Oh, it'd be great.
He goes downtown and goes into the blackest salon possible.
Oh my god.
To get his hair did.
Yeah. We can figure it out. We can help him.
He's like, Shaniqua, what can you do with this?
Oh boy. Oh Lord. Oh no. Honey, there's nothing that she could do for you.
I'm literally telling you that I was in.
Get the shoe polish and go full blackface. No, get the shoe polish and fill in the fucking spaces in his head.
I don't know if you want to be polishing that up there. It'll just draw more attention to it.
You know what? Fuck it. At least the shoe polish would fill it in.
You can get like stuff that you like, sprinkle on your hair that kind of resembles like it's filled out and everything.
Yes.
So if you have like a really thin spot or a bald spot, you can. I think it's called like Topic. I think with a K.
Yeah, there's something
you can
like
put it
that.
on your and you pat it in and it looks like there's hair there when there really isn't. It's very convincing.
Yes, yeah, it's like a spray.
Infamous hacking group, IRC channels. I can promise you that I am not non-threatening. And it entertains me when somebody else notices. The point being, though.
Okay.
I'm not non-threatening.
I'm not non-threatening. Cool.
You're a joke.
It's like, I will dox
but you don't know you're a joke. If it's just the best kind of joke.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. You're a lolcow, and it's okay. We love you.
When somebody really thinks about what they're doing, worries about how other people will respond, and evaluates the consequence of that response, is a smart person, and that's a smart thing to do. Having some amount of fear is smart. It shows that DSTLK is one of the smarter content creators around who does worry about consequences, even if I still think that he does surround himself with too toxic of a community. To get back to my argument about TOS reports, though, I think that
it's like, can you identify it?
Too toxic? Like, if what you say is true and you are a DGGer, then I literally do not care about your opinion on what is and isn't toxic.
Yeah.
If you play it safe, if you still do your critical content, but in a way where you know that you're clearly not breaking the rules, where you know you're backing up everything that you're saying, and you're kind of
Oh my god!
Unlike you.
Oh my god! I almost had a heart attack.
He's just tossing out names like Ryle Kittenhouse, whatever he did, I don't know. And then a minute later, he says, "You need to be able to back up the things that you say." And I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, man. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, okay.
I also had a fucking mild freak out because I realized that the smoothness of his head to his hair to his sideburns also kind of melds a little bit with his couch. So, and the color of his fucking shirt. So for a split second, I thought he just had a long strand of hair on one side that was just going all the way down here. And I was so confused. Holy
I can
shit.
kind of see what you mean. Like it's tucked over his shoulder
Yes.
almost. Like the crease of the couch is dark enough to where it kind of looks like the strand. So he's like a fucking Padawan from Star Wars, and he's just tucked that ugly rat tail behind his shoulder. Yeah, yeah. I see. Yeah, it's a bit of a. It looks like it's coming down.
Fuck me.
doing it in the right way, well, then you don't have to worry about reports or bans. It won't matter if somebody reported you in bad faith if you aren't being completely stupid with your content and who you associate with, and you genuinely try to follow the rules in good faith.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, it does. Sometimes people get banned and they don't deserve it, if you can believe that. I know that you're an ex-Reddit moderator, but a lot of the times when people get reported, it's for stupid, nonsensical reasons.
Yes.
Why would you want to tempt fate by just saying, no, it's just fucking, no, don't. What if 1 out of 100 slips by and the Indian on the other side of the moderation team who doesn't give a shit presses the go through, and then someone's banned for something they shouldn't be banned for?
It's just it's so stupid. Because I said this before, he's inviting it for people to do it to him. That's the problem when you start like talking out of line in the rules of an engagement. He is just encouraging people to do it to him. Maybe a Spurg, but is he just no? Ryle Kittenhouse is a chatter over in that space. Is a creator and chatter over in that space. It's a completely separate person.
Play in the gray area all the time. And even better, if everybody is actually trying to follow the rules of a platform in good faith, I think that has an overarchingly good, systemically positive effect on those platforms. Which transitions into my next point, which is about inexcusable.
Yeah, because mass flagging is always done in good faith.
Yes.
It's never done for bad reasons or tribalistic reasons at all.
I definitely didn't get a false DMCA claim because someone wanted my docs information. That definitely didn't happen to me last year. Definitely. Fucking. I swear to God, this guy's a fucking moron.
He's quite
using this strategy.
He's very stupid.
Very.
In a way that has negative systemic effect. I think that DMCA is one of the.
I want to know his Nux Taku takes, actually. You know what, Stale? Could you.
What's Stale's opinion? He's like, fuck them kids.
Well, he's trying. He's really trying to do it.
Those systemically negative tools.
He's jealous Nux got away for it for this long. He was in there.
Oh, he's like,
he was the guy who told the kid to like skip school and cut himself. That was him in there. Yeah.
God, have you seen that fucking VTuber that defended Nux?
I was about to ask, you mean the one that looks like a child, but then I realized that doesn't narrow it down.
Doesn't narrow it down.
Anyway. The leaflet?
Yes, that fucking person.
I mean, like, yeah, sure. It's ultimately, it should be the parents are the first line of defense, but what happens when parents fail, as they often do? That doesn't mean that you should have carte blanche to fuck them kids because they got in your server. You can't just say, the parents should have done it and they didn't, which means, whoopee, we can just do whatever we want and we don't have to do anything. And if you're 15, 16, yeah, sure, come in here, we'll talk about porn. Here it is, look at me.
Yeah, you know, it's really crazy when you have somebody who may likely be an adult talking about how they view the 15-year-old as a simp and will let them pay money to see their thighs. Yeah, that's fucking deranged. And your moderator is engaging that in conversation. Oh, excuse me, your manager. You fucking freak ass bitch. You know, some 40-year-old fat bitch behind that fucking avatar. God, I hate people.
I just say VTubers.
I don't hate VTubers. There are some that
I
are
do.
fine. I like the
Legally
inventive
distinct
ones.
from human beings.
Legally distinct. Fair enough. They're clankers to you.
Reports of TOS violations encourages people to be less toxic, whereas DMCA creators, on the other hand, simply discourages people from reacting to other people's content, because basically nobody in the entire creator space follows copyright law by making transformative content. So this taboo against DMCAing produces a virtuous
What?
system.
Wait, he said no one
Oh.
else, no one does?
Well, he's saying that we're all violating copyright by reacting to him right now. Like, or
That
and
is
he's
definitely not true. That is obviously not true.
yeah,
This is
he's-
transformative beyond belief.
It's a fucking 19-minute video, and my stream has been going on for 3.5 hours. I am
Yeah.
what people would say crazy.
Yeah, if he doesn't think that this is reactive or like appropriate DMCA content, then he is like obviously completely in the wrong here.
Yeah, because what my issue is that he's constantly like, he's like, oh, well, we're doing this or blah 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 that, and it's like, can you accurately explain fair use? Because this is a standard that you need to explain, because fair use is educational, transformative. It is not a
It can
market
be.
replacement. Well, it should be. Let me rephrase that. It's technically
It shouldn't have to be educational.
well, okay, so educational is what I mean by that is let me because the way I view educational, right? We on this live stream are making jokes, but we're also critiquing his inability to quantify fair use and misappropriating how DMCA works. That in my mind is educational.
Educational in as far as I know from the United States copyright law and its allowances specifically for fair use. You don't have to be educational, but it's one of the provisional reasons why you can
Yes.
use something for fair use. And what we are doing here is not this is not educational.
What do you
That
mean?
would be
We're
fine.
we're
That would
educating
be
people to not be this person.
That's right. Scientifically speaking, we're saying, yeah, this is a logic exercise. We're philosophers, you and I.
Yes, we are. He is a debate pedophile. We are the philosoph I don't know. I'm losing the
Visors,
plot.
yeah.
Fossilizers, yeah, fossilizers. Sure. There's a way to do this. I know there's a way to do this. Reporting for racism. I'm black.
I'm not racist. I have plenty of white friends.
Fuck me.
That allows everybody to win by reacting to other people's content safely. But more than just talking about these systemic effects and whether it's right or wrong for certain actions, I find that people in these communities often have a disgusting sense of entitlement that makes their actions even worse. A funny example of entitlement that wasn't directly related to TOS was when a streamer named Queeman got into a fight with another YouTuber named Dick Nicholas Diorio. These
Dick Nicholas Diorio. Why did you call him Dick Nicholas? Nicholas Diorio is not a complicated name.
Just take another take. Yeah, people don't like Queeman. I'm pretty like meh on Queeman. I don't know him. He's like a rabid dog. I don't personally like that. Not the point. Could you not just take another take? Thick Nicholas. No, not Thickolas.
Nicholas.
Thickolas. Thanks for what? God, I'm hearing all this fucking crazy alerts in my brain.
creators apparently used to be friends-ish until Queeman did some sort of toxic attacks against Diorio. So Diorio decided that he had had enough with this Queeman guy.
Yes, no, and I agree. And
I have no idea what's happening, but I'm not gonna. I don't believe whatever Stale has to say about it.
Okay, so what I will say is that no, there's an accuracy to this from what I understand. Like he's shooting from the hip and hitting like this. He's hitting like the sides of the bar.
Nice.
And decided to stop talking with him or interacting with him at all. And so him walking away was apparently some huge drama. It was a major Fox Poe for Diorio to simply not like a person and no longer...
Fox Poe?
I don't even know what that's referencing, and I don't give a fuck.
You don't... Do you...
I don't know what a Fox Poe is.
Are you... A faux pas?
Oh my god. There's
F-A-U-X.
There's no way he said faux pas incorrectly.
So it's F-A-U-X-P-A-S.
Yes.
Faux pas. He read it as Fox
Fox
Pas.
Poe.
Fox Pas. Fox Poe. Oh, because he heard of faux pas, so he turned that into Fox Po. That's unbelievable.
Does he? He has to use AI to write these scripts because there's
Fox Po.
Fox Po is insane.
You know, I actually, now that you've said it,
Yeah.
it does. I mean, it's one. A lot of the times you see a word, like if you read it or you see it, or like in text, but you never hear someone speak it, or sometimes you hear people speak it, but you never see that it's spelled a certain way. So
Yeah.
you don't link the two together. But Fox Po, how
Fox Po
did
is
he do
wild.
that? How did he do that? How did he get Fox Po? He got Po. It's supposed to be faux pas, Fox Po. That's not a joke, is it? No, that's not a joke.
No, it's not. He's not that funny. He just literally is just isn't that
Fox
funny.
Po.
He's just that retarded. So Fox, I would see. So okay. So if I had to guess, he's A and the U are making an elision for O. Like he's just like doing it that way.
Well, what I'm wondering is, how would he know to put this in his script and have it be Fox Po?
I don't even know.
Because if he's heard it, if you've heard of faux pas, you would spell it wrong, but you would pronounce it correctly. Because it's not often that you see it actually written down in text, but you would hear it every once in a while. Oh, that's a bit of a faux pas. So when you would type it down in your script, you would incorrectly type it, but when you read it aloud, you would still get the pronunciation right because you're going off of the pronunciation. But he didn't do that. He has the pronunciation and the spelling wrong.
I think we're in the fourth layer of irony that he's been talking about this entire time. I think this is the fourth layer of irony.
How did he do this?
I don't know. Even like I know that Internet Anarchist got made fun of for like saying like some words incorrectly, and a lot of people are like, oh well, he doesn't write his own scripts, and obviously he doesn't write them. He's admitted to that. But it's like, this is kind of special. This is a special level of fuck up.
This one's a mystery. I don't know how he fucked this up, because a lot of the times, like, oh, he heard it and he hasn't seen it, or he's seen it and he hasn't heard it, and so he mispronounces it, or something like that. Like, sometimes you could see, and you just laugh at him because they're rubes. But with this, I don't have any clue how he did this. But how would the AI mess it up? Unless the AI would know what faux pas is.
Unless he just doesn't, like, he sees the word but doesn't know how to say it, which then
or he can't remember.
Yeah.
I guess Fox Po, faux pas. Maybe he tried to remember it, but he incorrectly remembered a thing that he.
Yeah,
that's wonderful.
We're layers deep. We're layers deep.
Longer want to interact with him. This guy Guiman was so allergic to consequences to his actions, so entitled to his constant attacks against everybody else, that was the drama. The fact that somebody of their own accord just decided that you are a horrible person and that they don't want to interact with you. It's just an absurd levels of entitlement. You don't get to attack everybody else infinitely and then expect there's not going to be some sort of... In conclusion, I think that modern internet communities allow people to infinitely escalate toxicity and pretend like it doesn't matter. There is no feedback loop or consequence to being a jackass to everybody around you. In the past, these consequences...
Yes, there is actually. There are consequences.
Constantly. Yeah, this actually happens constantly. If anything, there's areas where there's far too little moderation.
Yes.
And there's areas where there's way too much moderation.
Like, very much Jake Doolittle is a very good example of this. He was a dick. He threatened friends. He threatened friends publicly to be like, oh, hey, the people that we're supposed to give to my charity, if you don't come around, I'm going to leak your names if you don't give me money. Yeah. That was an insane thing. How did he arrive at a conclusion already? This is a 19-minute video. His brain doesn't go past 20 minutes. Well, good. DK, I hope your knee surgery goes well. Good luck. Don't die
tomorrow. Hell yeah.
Well, it's technically today, I guess, for them, because it's 3 hours. Oh. Don't die.
Feedback loops allowed old school communities like illegal anonymous hacking groups to remain surprisingly cordial given what those communities were about. And I argue that we need more such feedback loops in the modern internet era. It doesn't have to be hacking groups doxing and harassing you anymore. Instead, I think that simply using the modern day TOS reporting systems on existing platforms is enough to push the internet to a better place. And I hope more people do that, or at least try to be less toxic themselves. Thanks.
That doesn't.
Thanks.
That doesn't
Thanks.
solve anything. It doesn't solve anything. So I'm not okay. So we will say this: I am not reacting to this 3-hour stream. I will watch it in my
Video
own
scripting
time.
on Mass Report.
Yeah. So he originally privated his streams. I was able to get a version of the stream. He did hand it to the third party so I can listen to him. Oh God, I hate this.
Oh, it does
fucking
track his
tracking
head,
thing.
and it's so he's got the head tracker. He's got the background blurred. Look at the
Yeah.
microphone. The
Yeah.
microphone's blurred too.
And it also, like, because the microphone is blurred, it actually looks like it's in the foreground, even though it's in front of him. That's weird.
Yeah.
What a
Why?
what?
This is terrible. Why would you do all that? He's got his gay little scooter over there.
Yeah.
That's how he drives to and from the Starbucks.
All right, and we are live. We are going to be doing a new script.
Oh my God, it's too much. Oh, this is so bad, dog.
God, it looks awful.
Why
Why would
did
just
you-
don't do any of that? Just don't do anything. It looks better if you do nothing.
Yeah, I'm just gonna
It's
put
like
it
it-
low so we can just like talk
It's
about
the idea of saying, oh, if I add things, if I add effects, if I add visuals, if I add AI bullshit, it just makes it better. You couldn't possibly add something and make it worse. The more you add, the better it gets, really, if you think about it.
Yeah, it's all fuzzy around the fucking. I hate this stream. I'm gonna have to fucking listen to it. But that's pretty much it. I guess if I am alive by Friday, stale debate. I guess that's gonna be interesting. But Rags, thanks for coming out.
Yeah, you bet. I was napping. I didn't catch the beginning of the
Oh, yeah,
stream.
you're fine.
Else I would have jumped on because I saw this because I saw the thumbnail from somewhere and I was like, oh, I wonder what this interesting gentleman has to think about about
Mass reporting.
mass reporting and his history as a level 2 disgraced Reddit moderator.
There were 25 chats in 3 hours. Yeah, I know. He doesn't get a lot of fucking chatters.
He wasn't able to capitalize on any of
Yeah.
that. He got like 250 something thousand views on that one video
Yes.
that let everyone
Yeah.
know that he exists as a person, and he wasn't able to capture like any of it.
Yeah, he was like going places. He went on the, not that I give a fuck, but he went on like the Side Scroller podcast with like Stuttering Craig.
Oh, right.
And then like he's just been on like a fucking downturn ever since. You know what? Maybe he's EFAP reactable material one day. Who fucking knows? He needs to do something. I need him to do something big.
Maybe he's definitely got the gene.
Yes.
He's definitely got the gene. So I think it's pretty clear that this is someone whose career we should watch with great interest.
Of course. Yes, he has felt that he is gay. But yes,
He's
chat.
destined for great things.
Yeah, I hope so. But yes, chat, thank you guys so much for turning out. Remember, Thursday we won't be live, but that's because I will be live on Twitch with Saberspark and his fiance as we watch some insane movie that I am looking forward to. But thank you guys so much. Rags, thanks as always.
You bet.
And I am, my voice is shot and I am leaving. So goodbye, everybody.